Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. We got another amazing episode tonight. Tonight is debate night. Let me go ahead and check the audio, make sure we are good on all platforms. 1 second. Let's go ahead and check this out. Should be live right now on YouTube and Facebook. Let's go ahead and check the live stream audio. Let's see. Okay, audio is good. Looks like we are good to go. So, ladies and gents, man, we had an amazing episode just this past Friday. So we're gonna review that for a little bit. We got some updates on, Shelly and that clip going viral. I'm gonna discuss all of that with you guys. And then it's debate night. So if you are interested in debating and joining this live stream, you can go to YouTube at No Fugazee Podcast on YouTube and click the first link in the description. Once you click that link, I'll bring you on up. First, let me go ahead and go live on Instagram as well. Make sure we get on IG. So let's get to the intro, man. Let's go. Could understand out the door. All right, we are back, ladies and gents. So once again, tonight is debate night. So if you want to join this live stream, if you're on Facebook tuning in, you want to go on over to YouTube. If you're on Instagram tuning in and you want to join the debate, meaning that you may have different opinions, you may have, even if you're a supporter, I'll welcome you in. Whatever you are, whatever your points of contention is with the things that I say or with the content that I produce, you are welcome to call in. This podcast called No Fugazee, so it's authentic, man. It's live right now. So whoever want to join, we're gonna bring y'all up. First, I see we got Mike. I see you just joined the stream. I'll bring you up in a second once I get done with intros, okay? And then V, I'll go ahead and bring you up as well. Just make sure your audio, make sure you figured out your audio, man. So quick thing, everyone that's tuning in, we got a few links in the description. Once again, first link is to join the live stream. Second link is to become a member. The podcast is growing, man. We had 207,000 subscribers in under 2 years. That's big news. We've been going viral on all platforms lately. The third link in the description is for one-on-one coaching. I do dating and relationship coaching, couples coaching, and I coach men on masculinity, and I coach people on media and marketing. Always viral. My last TikTok went, what is that? TikTok is at 8 million views, and then Facebook is at 12 million views. And then Instagram is at 1 million views, just with a little 15-second clip that I posted. So, man, it's a blessing, man. The podcast has been growing. So if you need some coaching in any of your businesses, go ahead and click that link. And if you need coaching in media and marketing, I'll go ahead and help you out, man. This is a 6-figure podcast. So, and I did that in under a year. So, fourth link in the description is, well, it's to the store, the Shopify. We do got merch. It's here. I got the boxes in the back. We got the new shirts. We got the glasses. They are dropping this Friday, so don't worry about that fourth link yet. But the fifth link is for the Clips channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the Clips channel. People be stealing our clips. Everything is, fair and love and war. So people can steal the clips, but we're going to also compete and make our own clips as well. So go ahead and join that Clips channel. I think we're at like 3,000 subscribers. We just made it on YouTube, but we're definitely going to get that up to 100K as well with your help. The sixth link is for the Discord. Yo, join that Discord if you want to stay up to date on all new things coming with the podcast, on all the new traveling we got going, with all the new people that we have featuring on the podcast. We do have some big guests coming up in the next 2 months. So stay tuned to that. Some guests you're going to be like, what the heck, Cooley? How'd you get this person on the podcast? Well, man, a lot of people support the podcast. A lot of y'all favorite celebrities hit me up in the DMs all the time. Like, yo, I appreciate you, what you're doing, man. Keep going. And I'm like, yo, you want to come on? They're like, yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to have some big guests coming on soon. Y'all going to love it, man. Doing it for y'all. Let's see here. So that's for the updates. Let me go ahead and get to, so we got Trey. I see you just came in. Trey and Mike, go ahead and throw your cameras on. After I'm done with the intro, I'm going to go ahead and add you guys up and we could have a debate or anything y'all want to discuss. So first, let me go ahead and get to our sponsorship for today. We'll be right back with regular scheduled programming.
Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us, ready to buy, or to the number on the screen. Starting pricing for low-end software, $100, and starting pricing for high-end software, $500. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal buyers protection guarantee.
All right, we are back. So let me just check the IG real quick, make sure we good. 1 second. I know I went live on Instagram, but it don't look like it's live. Could be live. Okay, we are live on IG right now. Okay, bet. All right, chat. So, quick update. The last podcast we had, it was crazy. I had to kick Shelly out, the 39-year-old chick that, she said that she don't look 39, and I was just being honest with her, like, you look your age. You look 39. So that clip went super viral. Once again, I think it got a total of, so it got a 12 million on Facebook. It got like 8 million on TikTok, and then about 1 million on Instagram. That clip went crazy viral. And it's funny, we're going to talk about that in detail because I noticed something that is interesting with that clip going viral. It's funny is because, like, you would think that the stigma behind, like, obviously, why do you think, like, a woman really doesn't want to tell her age? Like, there's a stigma behind a woman telling her age. And you would think that there was a lot of men shaming Shelly, but there were actually more women shaming Shelly for her age and not looking her age. This is the truth. I'm going to pull up all the proof, too. It's all in the comments, guys. Crazy comments. I just was like, had some time and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to actually go through the comments on this one because it's so viral. And I seen more women bashing Shelly for not looking her age than I seen men bashing Shelly. That is the truth. That is the truth. Women like to say, like, oh, we like to stick together, woman empowerment and all of this, but not when it really comes down to it, man. Y'all the quickest ones to call a woman, a 304 when y'all mad at them. Y'all the quickest ones to, shame a woman for being promiscuous in some type of way if y'all, having beef. And now it seems like y'all actually the quickest ones to shame women on their age too. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually play that clip to the supporters that didn't see it. Let me go ahead and bring that up. I'm gonna play the clip of it because it was It was funny. And then we're going to go through some comments too. Name, age, and where you from?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm Shelly. A lady never tells her age, but I will say I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39, so I'm proud of that.
Shelly.
Yes.
You look 39. It's okay. So that was the clip. That was the clip that went crazy viral. I mean, we always go viral anyway, but that one was different because it pretty much went mainstream almost, yo. I mean, it hit all the media outlets besides maybe like a few main ones on social platforms. Like it didn't hit, the Shade Room or Hollywood Unlocked, but it hit so many others. I see you just came in. I'll go ahead and add you up in a second. But yeah, let me go ahead and pull up. Yes, I see y'all in the chat too saying, yeah, I thought that was a dude. Yeah, man. Chat on Instagram is actually funny. I wish all of the Instagram supporters just shifted over to YouTube, which I should if y'all really support the podcast and you want to continue to watch this grow. Yo, go over to YouTube now at No Fugazee Podcast and click subscribe, bro. Because I see y'all on IG. I'm going on IG Live just for a little bit. I'm going to stop going on IG Live. It's just to see how many people I can convert over to YouTube. Instagram doesn't pay anything, bro. Also, I should be transparent. Should I just show y'all, how much, money the podcast makes? I should show y'all. Because I do a lot of the coaching on media and marketing, and people want to get into podcasting or people want to get into, just being like how to be monetized on, different social platforms. And I'm monetized on all of them. I would say besides Twitter. So I got to post more on Twitter. But anyone that's on Twitter /X, go ahead and follow me, man. Because I think I only got like 300 followers. I need to get my X game up. I see you in here, Tubbs Beats, bro. You still be making beats, man? If you do, bro, keep it up. I hope you get a fire placement soon too, brother. All right, so let's go over to the comments. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. It's gonna be good. And then I'm going to bring some people up here. I see some people in the... and I see y'all came up. Sad Joe, I see you in here. I see V. I see a few other people in here. I'll bring y'all up in a second, right after I finish this stuff here. So let's get into the comments. Because like I said, it was a lot of women shaming Shelly. It's actually more women than it was men. Trust. Yeah, I'm going to be like, oh, what? I mean, it was a lot of guys too. But it was just funny to see how many women. And Shaquille O'Neal ex-wife liked it. And, it don't get no more mainstream than that. It don't get no more, even the feminist of the feminists was liking that. It actually did also get, it got banned from TikTok for like 15 minutes, but I caught it and then I appealed it. And I wrote a message to TikTok like, this wasn't any bullying or any hate. She said her age, and then I told her she looked like her age. I didn't tell her she looks older than her age or younger. I said, nah, you look 39. So TikTok went ahead and reversed that ban and made it eligible again. So I think it's at like 8 million views right now on TikTok. All right, let's share my screen real quick. Let's go to Facebook. Because I got a whole lot of comments on Facebook. I want to pull that up for you guys. Let me see if I can view the comments since I'm live on Facebook. Maybe not. Let me see. I should be able to. Oh, I don't think wait, can I? Hold up. Okay, I can. All right, I'll share my screen in a second. Hold on, let me bring this up. Let's see. And chat, yo, all the mods in here. Where the mods at? I see we got Jonathan Ballard in here. I don't know if you modding. We got Tim M. Okay, we got some mods in here. We got Tim M modding in the chat on YouTube. Yo, Tim M, if anyone is coming in talking crazy in the chat, tell them to click that link so I could bring them up and we could have a debate. Like, let them know ASAP to click that link. All right, let's see. Okay, shows that I'm live right now. Sarah Velaz, wish you would say something about what I said. What you say, Sarah? I see you in here on Facebook commenting. Let me X that out. All right, let me go to... Dang, how do I see the comments? Okay, there we go. All right, let's get it. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Yulay, I see you just came in. Hold on tight. I'm gonna go through a few things and then I'll bring you guys up to debate or have any discussion y'all want to have. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Facebook. All right, so chat, as y'all can see here, here's the comments, right? So you got, I was going to say she was definitely pushing 40. Let's view more. See, that's a girl. Another girl laughing. You got, this one is funny. You don't qualify, queen. Chat is funny. You got, this one is crazy. This girl says she her daddy's son. Wow, 2.2K likes. And this is shaming another woman for her age. You know, shaming a woman that looks old. Women always like to say like, oh, that No Fugazee podcast is a podcast that shame women. No, we don't shame women. We speak the truth. But in these comments, y'all actually shaming. We got, I was expecting you to say the same age and gender. Oh man. So Ashley going off. We got some saying, but I don't look 39. It's only okay if someone says that to you as a compliment, not if it's self-proclaimed. That is true, but that's another woman. It's literally more women than there are men, chat. I don't know if y'all seeing this. Look. Tasha Bell, Arnett, we got, look at his thumbnail. Okay, that's a little hater right there. We got a compliment for her of a girl. Liquor does that. Oh, wow. She looks my age and I'm 52. She actually looks older. I'm 44 and she looks older than me. Looks and sounds 40. Yo, the comments go on and on. I just wanted to show y'all a little bit of it, right? Let me go ahead and close that out. Stop sharing my screen here. Stop sharing that. So, as y'all can see, women are shaming Shelly. I mean, y'all supposed to be together, right? Now, it's funny. Let's just talk about this for a little bit, right? Like in regards to the whole stigma around a woman's age. Women deep down, they know that their looks is tied to they know that their looks and their sexuality is tied to their public perceived value. So they lie about their body count and they also lie about their age. That's just a fact, right? And the reason their value is tied to their looks in their youth is because once a woman turns, like you got to think about it, once a woman turns 35 is a high risk pregnancy and she loses 80% of her eggs. And also the opposite sex is just attracted, meaning men are just attracted to youth and beauty. So their value has to be tied to that. Just like a man's value, what are women attracted to? Tall, masculine, dominant, assertive men. that has their finances in line and can regulate their emotions. That's what women are attracted to. So guess what? That's normally with men. That's a little older because it takes time for men to earn their value. So we don't seem to, shame women for their preferences and their natural proclivity, attractions. But it seems like women tend to shame us as well. When a man says that he's attracted to a younger woman, oh, what? You're weird. But for an older chick, she could be attracted to a younger guy. No one shames that woman at all. But anyway, it's just funny that the woman was shaming Shelly more than the men was. Also, if we truly think about it, right, this is why men can give constructive criticism to women. I mean, constructive criticism to other men, and it doesn't hurt their feelings. Or men are just more able to accept constructive criticism more than women can. One of those reasons is because when a woman looks at another woman, she tends to see herself as the other woman. But when a man looks at a younger boy, he tends to see himself in that younger boy. So the man it's like, I see myself in you. So, yo, come here, little homie. Be around me. I'll show you the ropes. This what you do. This what you don't do. You know what I mean? But women, they be knowing the truth about things, especially the older ones. They be knowing the truth. They know that, where their value is tied to. They know that they have to practice sexual temperance. They know that, a bunch of things to help the younger women out, but they don't tell those younger women. Instead, because they see themselves as the younger woman, so they're competing with the younger women. Men, we not competing with, I'm 35. I'm not competing with no young guy. But women, they be 35 competing with the little 25-year-olds. Crazy. And man, this is why they need guidance and fathers in their life. But anyways, that's enough of my rant. Let's get some people in here. And that's enough of the update in regards to Shelly. I did get some crazy, I could probably do a whole stream about her, bro. Anyways, after I kicked her out and she left the pod, a day later when that clip went out, I had an attorney hit me up. And I'm not going to speak about that, but seems like she has a case out there. And then I also had, I think, two of her ex-boyfriends hit me up, sending all these messages and clearly confirmed that she's not in the CIA. Remember, chat, she said she was in the CIA. She is, in fact, not in the CIA. It's all a lie. And like I said before, she's psychopathic. But anyways, I hope she gets the necessary help that she needs. Other than that, man, let's go ahead and bring up some people and let's see where we are. Okay, we got Mr. 47. Can you put your live with no Fugazee?
All right, there we go.
What's going on, man? Where you from and what's your name?
I'm from Moreno Valley, California. My name is 47.
Your name is 47. All right, man. Yeah. From California. What's up? Talk to me. You good?
Yeah.
I hear mama in the background. She seemed like she about to whoop that tail. Boy, what you doing?
Why is this tripping?
You good, bro?
You're not hot in here?
I like outside weather.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
I can't hear you, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put you back in the queue, and when you get your camera and your audio figured out, just come back in. All right, brother. Hold up, I see you in here. Leave and come back in. All right, let's get him out of here. Bring up someone else. Okay. Let's bring up Ryan. You're alive with No Fugazee podcast. Put your camera on for me.
How's it going, mate? Sorry, do you hear me?
How's it going, mate? I can hear you clear, but
Yeah.
can you put your camera on?
I don't actually have a camera on my computer. No lies. I don't have a computer, so if you don't want to talk to me, I understand because I know you want to you want to see me, but I don't have a camera,
All good. I'll ask
unfortunately.
you a few questions. Are you coming into debate or are you a supporter?
I am a supporter, mate.
Oh,
I
good, man.
I personally just wanted to say I can't believe I'm speaking to you, mate. I just want to say thank you very much, mate. I personally have gone through some stuff, um, and I w- it was so weird because I I was how can I explain this? When I started going out with women back in high school and in my university days, I was very masculine. And how I know that was because I actually called up an ex who was an ex about 20 years ago. And she said to me, because we had the best relationship, the reason why it never worked out was because I was too young at that stage. But anyway, sorry,
Okay.
I don't
Hey,
want to ramble on and on.
yep,
But I just
Ryan, I'm
wanted to
gonna.
say,
Sure, go ahead.
no, all I wanted to say was that I got married about 13 years ago. I got, I was basically the Will Smith, man. Did everything for the wife and I got disrespected. She left me for someone lower than me, and I'm looking after all three kids, which I insisted on because of your story with your kids, where all of the stats were that, the single mothers raise their kids and the kids sort of turn out to be,
Yep, yep.
not as
Hey,
successful in
Ryan,
life.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this to you, man. I'm gonna say one, thank you for supporting the podcast. I want to say,
no worries,
it
man.
sounds like you have a heartfelt, story, and
No,
this is
mate,
get to the point
I
real quick.
agree.
Did you overcome your situation?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
you did. That's a
amazing, mate. I'm
blessing.
looking after my three kids. I'm seeing the lawyer this week to sort it out with my
Yep,
three kids because 90% of the time they are with me. And it's awesome. I'm
that's
having a
good, man.
blast, mate. I'm having a blast. So
That's a
awesome. Thanks,
blessing, man.
buddy.
Yo, I'll welcome
Yeah.
you on the next stream. Just make sure you have your camera. But I wish you the best of luck and congrats on everything with court and getting your kids, man. That's good.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Take it easy, mate.
Have
Have
a
a good
blessed
one.
one.
Bye.
All right, let's go ahead and bring up. I see you back in here, Mister 47. I'll bring you up in a second. Let's bring up. State your name and where you from, brother. You are live with no Fugazi, yes, sir. No audio. I can't hear you. No audio. Maybe exit and then come back in. My man looked like my man on the bed chilling, looking a little sus there, buddy. You gotta sit up when you speaking to another man, man. You can't be laying down like that, man. You gotta sit up. Let's bring on Witty 3000. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name and where you from. Also, turn on your camera for me. Okay, not getting nothing on your end, but if you want to discuss something, get your camera situated, then your audio. Let's go ahead and bring up, I see Sage the Wise Man going to bring you up shortly. Let's bring up Mr. 47. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. You got your audio figured out, man?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just like it froze everything.
It froze. Got you. So
Yeah.
are you a hater or a supporter? Talk to me.
Honestly, I heard about this channel through my brother. He wanted me to check it out, and
Yeah.
because we debate on a lot of different things, they have a lot of deep conversations. He wanted me to see like how you were and your perspective on a lot of things. You feel me?
Okay. You said your name is 47, and where are you from again? I'm sorry.
Moreno Valley, California.
Okay, Moreno Valley, California. And how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. Okay, good, man. What you do for a living?
I have my own business right now. I have a health and beauty business. I make body butters, hair mist, and the sleeping conditioner.
Okay, good for you, man. You making some products out there. All right. So what you want to discuss today?
Um, See, I was listening to what you was. I don't really have a specific topic to be honest, but I was listening to what you were
Sure.
saying about how females see themselves as the younger woman, rather um, we see ourselves inside a younger man or a younger boy.
Yeah.
And just one thing I had comment on that. I think that may depend on one where you're at in the world, and two what your relationship was with your father or your what a father figure in your life. Because I noticed, like, at least with my father, it was a competition. Like, I'm not competing. I'll be like, hey dad, look, I found this out. It'd be like, oh, you think you're smarter than me, or you think you're faster than me, or you, because it did turn into a competition depending on your circumstances. So I don't think that's just like mostly in women, because I see it a lot in men also.
Yeah. So things. The world is kind of upside down right now. Up is down, left is right. A boy is a girl, a man is a woman.
Mm.
Things is confused right
Yeah.
now, and the reason being is because it's the influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior, right? So
Mhm.
if a man was influenced by a woman, right, meaning that those are the characteristic traits he come to take on,
Mhm.
he's obviously going to be less masculine. He's going to have some more feminine traits. He's going to be, what are feminine traits? You're usually more agreeable instead of non-agreeable. You're usually more indecisive instead of decisive with your decision making. You're usually less tactical, um, and you're usually less dominant. So it's a whole lot of characteristic traits that can go to one gender to another. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I would say, since you said your father was competing with you, I could let you know that that's not a natural manly thing to be competing with the son. Now, competing with the son as far as like, I have a son. I'm never letting that little nigga win a basketball game ever. He's going to have to earn that game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's not going to win a basketball game until
Mhm.
he actually can truly win a basketball game with me. So you also want to look at that. Maybe your father was just, that is a good competition. That's a competition between
Mhm.
a man and a man and his son to make his son more of a man. But if you're talking about actually competing where he's seeing himself as his son, well, that means that he was just lacking masculinity and manhood. And that could be maybe he adopted more of the feminine characteristic traits from his mother or his, family members around him. Because we can all adopt the opposite characteristic traits. Because
Mhm.
influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior. So if we're influenced by our sister, our mother, our auntie, our grandmother, instead of taking on the characteristic traits of our grandfather, or our father, our uncles, our brothers, then obviously our behaviors will become a lot more feminine. Make sense?
Yeah. I just think that in this case though, like, that does make sense. But I think it's more of because I do research on like the psychological effects of your environment, right? So I
True. Yeah,
think with the
environment has a lot to do
environment
with it.
that I grew up in, like, technically I was raised by all women. I didn't know my dad until about high school, right? So I have picked up some feminine traits. I'm more emotional. I show more emotion than a man typically would. I do like certain things that a man typically, the stereotype of what a man is typically wouldn't. And my dad, I kind of see follows more of the stereotype of what a man, of how a man should act, hide your emotions, do this, do that, that type of stuff. But
Okay.
when he finally came into my life and we were around each other, the environment that I grew around gangbangers. I grew up in the hood. I seen dope fiends, all this. Like, I grew up all around all of this type of things. Had a gun to my
Yep.
head for the first time when I was 8. So for me, it's like I grew up fast, but I'm not competing with nobody. I'm surviving in my own life. But for him, I don't know what his environment did, because he was raised by both parents and things like that, and had father figures and things. So it's like it's not like he had a lack of men in his life to show him that path. It's just at some point everything became a competition. Like,
Yeah.
I'll walk in, like, I'll be like for like how I said, like, I do like a research on things. One thing I am big on is history. I'll
Mm-hmm.
find something out in history, like just read a new article, and I'll be like, you know, when you find something new, you want to share with the people that you love. So
For
I'm like,
sure.
I'll call somebody, or if I live with him, I'll be like, hey, Dad, you
You'll
know,
call them up
like
and
I found out that let's say I found out that they changed what they thought the pyramids were for. They're no longer saying that they're tombs. They might be an energy center. Like he'd be like, oh yeah, I've been through that. Did you know? Ooh, you thought you was smarter than me, huh? Damn.
okay.
I'm just trying
So
to share
let
something
me.
that was
I
interesting to
got
me. You
you.
feel me?
I understand what you're saying. And thank you for sharing that with me, young man. So sincere, I see you in here. Paul from Dallas and Sage the Wise Man, I see you in here. I'm going to get y'all in shortly. So when it comes to the relationship of
Angel is funny.
when it comes to the relationship of a son and a father, right? You said that he came into your life much later on in life, and you said that you've been raised with, you know, your mothers and your sisters, pretty much all women, right?
Yeah.
So you truly haven't understand how to operate around a masculine man. I could tell you that 100% for sure. And the reason being is because men, when I'm with my friends, I know already off the bat, let's just say if I'm with my friends, we tease one another all the time. We get into a room, it's like, nigga, you ugly, your breath stink, your dreads dirty. Like we cracking on one another all the time. And we're Teflon. It doesn't trigger our emotions. Also, it's always one up on one another. Oh, you got that, nigga? But it's playing games. Oh, nigga, I had that before. Oh, nigga, I did this before. It's always one upping, but it's
But
all
there's a
fun.
difference between that, because that's healthy. There's a difference between healthy competition and unhealthy competition.
Got you. So here's what I
can do
wanted to
that.
say.
Me and my friends, we talk shit all day. Like we
Got you.
go
Here's what I
back and
wanted to
forth.
say.
That's
It
what I
can
can
be,
do.
I got you. What I'm saying is it's conducted differently, right? When I get around guys that's maybe been raised with their mom and maybe haven't overcame that trauma, they too sensitive. They can't hang with the big dogs. It's like, man, I'm making jokes or not even making jokes sometimes. Sometimes it's just business. Sometimes we not even talking. We around one another, but we getting work done. You know what I'm saying? But men, we know what's up. Like you don't have to explain too much to a man. Like a man's man, me and my friends, we don't have to speak for months. But when we see one another around the last fight that just happened with Tank Davis, we got together and we act like we just seen each other yesterday. But I ain't see them niggas in months. Girls, they don't operate like that. They're sensitive. Oh, I haven't seen you in months. What happened? Were you talking behind my back or what was going on? They're in their minds thinking so much. So girls, if they don't stay in communication with their friends all the time, consistently, they'll lose those friends. So what I'm saying is, and I don't know your situation, so I really can't speak to it. I'll just speak in general. But I would say for you to do, man, young man, is to forgive your father. That's the one thing you got to do.
I'm forgiving. I don't hold it in my heart. I was just saying, using that as an example. To be honest, I have moved past any negative feelings. I've been through a lot of bad things that I had to work through, to be honest. So it's like, as far as holding animosity towards it, I don't hold that animosity.
You don't have any anger
using that
towards?
as an example to show that it does happen on the male side a lot too. Because in my environment, I see it, especially as a gang member. You see it. Everybody's competing with everybody, and it's not always healthy competition.
The gang members, right? Because I was born in the hood too. Broadway projects. My brother is triple OG. Trust and believe. I did a little strain with him. The chat, no. My bro crazy. So I just wasn't influenced, right? I wasn't susceptible to those outside influence like he was. So it didn't corrupt my thinking and didn't corrupt my behaviors. So I blocked out those negative influence. He was just more susceptible to the gang influence, that type of culture. I was in it too, but I've never drank, smoke. I don't cuss. I don't do any of those degenerate things. Not because I didn't have an urge to do it. I just don't do it, right? So I always knew I had a duty and a higher purpose. So people are different, right? You can't try to be like someone else. But what you can do is, you said that you've already admitted that you're more emotional than the average man. So the first thing I would tell you, young brother, I would say, try to regulate your emotions. And the only way you regulate your emotions is by doing this. And then I'll get to someone else in the chat. I'll leave you with some gems real quick and I'll move on. But I do appreciate you for sharing your story. To regulate your emotions, you need to discipline yourself. And in order to discipline yourself, you need to make sacrifices, right? So first, you want to make sacrifices, some vices that you may have, the things that you feel like doing that you know are good, right? The things that you don't feel like doing, but that you know are good, you have to act despite how you feel. So still do those good things. The things that you feel like doing, but you know are bad, like smoking, drinking, even cussing. If you can control your tongue, bro, you'll have $100,000 in your bank account if you can control your tongue. That's one thing. I changed that, and my life got much better. But if you can sacrifice your vices, masturbating, smoking, drinking, whatever your vices may be, I don't know of them. Sacrifice your vices and have discipline. Act despite how you feel. That would help regulate your emotions, right?
Well,
and
let
one
me
of the
just say
key
one thing
things to
about
doing
that.
this real quick, I got you. One of the key things of this would be going to the gym. Do you work out?
I work at home. I do calisthenics. That's why I
You
don't
do
work out.
calisthenics. That's good. How many push-ups can you do in one set?
I don't know, because the way that I do it, it's called, well, I call them, the name it was given to me was called convicts. It's 6 different types of push-ups, but it's 15 push-ups. It's 3 of like each one, and the last one is 2. But it's like, it
Okay.
works
So
out the
do you
full,
think that
it's,
in one set and in one rep, do you think that you could do 50 push-ups?
yeah, for sure.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know
Well,
what
let's
my max is. That's what I'm saying. I never
totally
tried.
fine. The thing is, wherever you are now, you just want to do better. So try to get that up to 75 push-ups in one set. You know what I'm saying? So you have to work out. In order to regulate your emotions, you got to start with your body as well. You don't feel like doing things, you got to act despite how you feel, and that'll help regulate your emotions. Once you can regulate your emotions, you'll see you'll be able to hold conversations with more masculine men because we're not that emotional. You maybe even have a better relationship with your father or just understand his thinking. And once again, bro, I'll invite you back on the next stream where it's not a debating type of content, where it's more like just coming in a chill stream. But for right now, I'm going to get to the next person that's in the
I
queue
just say one thing
and chop
about
it up.
that
Sure. Go
emotions
ahead,
part.
man.
I want to say, when I say I'm more emotional, I don't mean like my emotions control my actions. I'm saying more emotional because what was taught to me by all the men in my family was men should never show emotion. You don't feel it, like you hide it, you keep it in, you bottle it up. But being raised with women, listening them let it out, eventually I got to the point where I show how I feel, but I don't let it affect my actions, if that makes sense. That's what I was saying. But what you were saying was very good advice also.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing too. If you showing how you feel, you act in it. Because there's a term called innuendo, right? Women normally do this. For example, say if you're in a house with your mom and your dad, just example, right? And you're young, and the father is saying, "Hey, babe, I'm leaving. I'll be back," and she's like, "Again?" Or she doesn't even do again, or she just does a look like. That is called innuendo. That's called showing emotion. So then the kid sees that and says, wait, is daddy doing something wrong? Because mommy's emotional about it. Mommy had a reaction to it. So then the kid then starts to look down on his father and view the father as the bad guy and raise the mother up, right? Because it shows the mother seems like the victim and daddy seems like he's doing something wrong to mommy. That's why she's feeling that way. So that's called innuendo. So that is still, if you are displaying your emotions outwardly, that is still a feminine trait. You want to control that. And the way you control that is the steps that I
Well, I'm
said.
saying
But
more of like, if I don't like you, I'm gonna tell you I don't like you. If I don't want to do something, I'm gonna tell you I don't want to do something. If I'm mad, I'm gonna tell you I'm mad. Like, I'm not gonna. That's what I mean. I don't just sit here and, like, if I'm mad at you, I'm not gonna sit here and sit up under you and not let you know that I'm mad. Like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna just no. I'm gonna be like, bro, you pissed me off, and this is why you pissed me off. Like we can like I said, I grew up around gangs. We squabble. Let's squabble real fast. You made me mad. Let's squabble real fast and get this out the way, or whatever it is. Whatever. I don't like to be
Yeah,
fake.
and
If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. If I
I
don't.
got you.
That's
And
what that
then
is.
so thank you for saying that. And I do got to let you go after this, but here's another piece of advice, right? Sensitivity level. That's just goes with your sensitivity level. Most people that are in gangs, they're more sensitive than other people. Things tend to trigger them, right? You say one thing wrong, you say something about the flag, you wear the flag the wrong way, you got the flag matching with the wrong colors. They're sensitive. Well, what's going on? You set tripping? You this and this? Like, it's all the sensitivity level. What is sensitivity? That goes into emotions. That goes to the lack having a lack of the ability to regulate your emotions. But yo, I'll let you go, bro. I do want to speak to you more, man. Mr. 47, you sound like you are a brother that is on a journey of seeking wisdom and seeking truth, and I respect that. And blessings to you, man.
You too.
All right. So let's get to let's bring up Witty one more time. Actually, let's get to Sincere. I see you in here. And then I got Sincere, you just left out. I got Drell. Let's bring you up. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Where you from, man?
Hey, what's up? I'm from Georgia. It's a pleasure being here, man. I want to start off by saying I really appreciate you what you do, man, sharing your perspective. You're really blessing the world, with your content.
Thank you.
Probably like a couple of months, and I've learned a lot, man. So I really appreciate a lot.
Yo, I appreciate the kind words, brother. And you got any questions for me since you're here?
I don't. I didn't. I was just gonna come on and show love, man, and just tell you I appreciate.
Just showing love.
I guess I do got a question. So currently, me and my dad, our relationship not the best, and I would say mainly it's because of me. The past couple of years of my life is just let me see how I can explain this. So my dad, he's like he's a businessman, got a lot going on, and it's just like I haven't been living up to his expectations, and I know as a man, I got to do better and handle my responsibilities and do what I got to do. So I want to reach out and talk to him more, but he's just so like all my life has been like tough love, and I understand, I appreciate it, you know what I mean? But it's like I want to reach out and talk to him more, but I really don't. Part of me want to, but the other part don't, because I know like he's not gonna be satisfied and well met in life. You know what I mean? Just with
satisfied. He's not going to be satisfied with you. Is that what you mean?
I wouldn't say with me. Basically, what I'm doing. Not saying it's bad, but it's just not.
You're not living up to his expectations.
Yes, sir.
I got what you're saying, man. Yeah, that's the father and son relationship, man. We always want to see our sons do better and reach high goals and be better than us. Because when a father has a son, what he's essentially doing is training his replacement. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You are his replacement. When he goes, you the king of that kingdom. Your mother, your sisters, your grandmother, your aunties, your uncles, you the king of that kingdom, brother. So I would say, talk to your father and ask him for advice. Dad, listen, maybe I'm going through this. I know you're not happy of my endeavors right now, but what path do you think I should take? Talk to him and ask him for advice. If you talk to a man and just like that, this is what we here for. This is what fathers do. He gonna keep it funky with you, bro. He gonna keep it funky. It's gonna hurt you more to keep that inside you and to not speak to him and wonder, like, should I talk to him? Should I not? If he's a good man, talk to that good man. Yeah. Talk to him, brother.
I got you. I appreciate it. And on top of that, it's like I think he's 47 now, so it's like he ain't getting no younger. So I most definitely want to just kind of get back on good terms with him. because we never know how life may play out. But again, I appreciate it, man. I love watching the podcast, man. I love when I catch you live so I can, actually tune in and get that one-on-one. But I appreciate
For sure.
it, dog. Like,
I
appreciate it.
Yo,
Let me say,
for sure. Go ahead.
man, when I say I appreciate you, man, like, I appreciate you because I was out here, man. I was this close to living the simp lifestyle, man.
It was that close? Then you seen the clip, you was like, thank you.
Bro, I was like, what was I thinking, bro? Like, you feel me?
He is about to be simping on some chick, man, doing the most for her.
Right, but again, man, I appreciate it, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
Yo, man, I appreciate the call, man. Blessings to you, man. And call your pops, man. Have that discussion, bro. It'll be beneficial to both of you, okay, man?
For sure, appreciate it.
All right, brother, have a blessed one. All right, chat, let's bring up the next one. We got, let's see here. People coming in, people going. Okay. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Anthony Wilson. Where you from, brother?
I'm from Ohio, but I live in South Carolina. How
You
you
live in
doing, my brother?
South Carolina. I'm doing pretty good, man. What's up? Talk to me.
Man, listen, I wish I would have had this, some of the stuff you've been saying when I was younger, man. Because when I was younger, my mother and my father passed away when I was like 1, but she had a boyfriend that would just be on our butt from the time our head hit the pillow to our feet hit the floor in the morning. And but they never, back then they never really like talked to us, and they never really gave us the game that you've given us, But now, now I'm like on backtrack mode. I'm like, man, I wish I would have had this game. And I always match up what you say with the Bible and everything. I'm just like you. I did receive the gift of the Holy Spirit.
That's a blessing, man. That's good. You know the impact. You know God real now, man.
Yeah, I already know.
You know he real, man.
When you was spitting the game, I'm like, it was more than just, it taught me a lot. It opens up a lot of doors, And when you was telling the story about the brother, the brother and the first
Cain and Abel.
I was like, man, when you told this, the way you told it, it just opened up my eyes like that. As far as us, that's what we do now. Like, we only give God what we want to give him. And we don't give him what we need to give him.
You got to sacrifice the things that you hold dearest to your heart. You got to sacrifice those things. You got to sacrifice those vices, man. The things that you don't want to give up, you give those to God, man. And you'll see you'll be favored in life. That's 100%.
I do want to say, like, for you, like, the stuff that you have, like your coaching and everything, I want to get in that because, I want to put my money where my mouth is because I want to up my game, not just for women because I'm already married, but for my knowledge and for more understanding because you speak well and and even when it's people is going wild, you control yourself, and that's what most men don't understand. They want to control a woman and they can't even control themselves because they too emotional. You know what I mean?
Emotional. That's a fact, man. Yo, man, click the link in the description, man. You can sign up for the one-on-one coaching. I'll be happy to speak with you, Anthony, and we could definitely chop it up, okay, brother? But yo, I'm gonna get to the next caller, man. You have a blessed one and drive safe, man. All right, man. We got a lot of people in here, so let's get it going. I see you. Obstacles to opportunities. I see you. Can't see you in here. We got a few people in front of you, brother, but I'm gonna get to you soon. Let's get to okay, let's bring you back up. Sad Joe. Put your camera on, man. All right, this guy in here. Let's get JoJo. JoJo, I seen you popped in here. JoJo, welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Where you from?
Peace to the panel, man. I'm from Cali.
You from Cali, man. You coming in here, are you a supporter or you want to debate about a topic?
I'm a supporter, but I just wanted to see what you think about a question I got. I just got a question.
For sure. What's up? What's your question?
Excuse me. How you feel about like interracial marriage, interracial dating, interracial like as a black community perspective?
Totally fine.
Okay.
We are all one race, the human race. That's how I view it. And actually, that's how in the Bible and in the oldest texts is viewed that way as well. People like to say, oh, well, there's a story in the Bible where, you know, God said, don't mate with those women and don't mate with these people from the other town. That's because those people were in the entire town and those people were degenerate and disgusting. So it's saying don't mate and be with someone that isn't on your moral value, right? That isn't on your moral level. So you want to date and be with someone that holds the same values of you and morals that you have as well. So that could be anyone. That could be an Asian, an Indian, a white woman, an African woman, anyone on this planet, man. So once again, it's just a skin color. Anything else, they're just trying to deceive you and they're trying to separate you from the reality and truth. Any other questions? Yo, JoJo, can you hear me, man? Maybe his audio went out. I'm going to go ahead and put you in a queue. Get that figured out and come right back in. All right, we got Jay, Caesar. You are live with No Fugazi Podcast.
Oh, what's up?
Where you
can hear
from?
me?
I could hear you, man. Where you from?
Oh,
Yep.
all right. I'm up in Ohio. I'm in Akron, actually.
Got you. Are you a supporter or are you here to debate?
Yeah, I'm a supporter. I'm a supporter for sure. But I definitely have a topic I want to ask you about.
Sure, man. Go ahead. Okay. Room is full. Let me go ahead and all right, his camera froze, so let me go ahead and get him out of here. Yo, come back in when you got your camera and your audio figured out. Maybe you need to get in some Wi-Fi, brother. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Sojo. I see Dresser came in. Dresser JXN. I got Angel. I got JoJo. I'll bring you back up so we can finish that discussion. And I got Sincere. I seen you in here, brother. Gonna get you up here shortly. 1 second. Let me go ahead and close out the Facebook stream and IG stream. So everyone on Facebook and Instagram, come on over to YouTube. That's No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube. Come on over. And 1 second. Yeah, come on over. Let me go ahead and close. How do I close this out? Probably close it out from here. Okay, close out Instagram. Let me go ahead and close out Facebook. And once again, anyone that wants to join the live stream, you could go ahead. If we got to get some, people in here that want to debate, get some haters in here. Every time I go live, it's more supporters than there are haters. I mean, that's a good thing. But I know y'all haters out there because y'all be in the chat. So don't be scared, man. Go ahead and click that first link in the description and join. I'm going to bring you on now. 1 second. Hold up. Let's close out Facebook. Everybody on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube. Let's see. All right. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Where you from?
From Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yeah, Canada.
Canada. Good. What's up? Are you a hater or a supporter?
I'm a hater. I'm,
You.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
He said, what's up, man? Talk to me. What you got?
Uh, fu- um, well, I use a lot of foul language, so you know. Anyways, in regards to that young brother, if I can comment on that,
Sure.
uh, sometimes I don't think there's a man on this planet that wants you to be better than him than your father. Well, as far as I know,
That
uh,
is a fact. Yeah, it ain't a man on this planet that wants you to
yeah,
be better than
yeah,
him, but your
he's
father.
he's the
That's
only
a
man
fact.
who wants you to be better than him. So I'm a father of two as well. So in regards to your comment to say that when I'm talking to a man, I am as man as I can be.
That's
So
good, man. Good to
out of
hear.
that check that you were talking to on that live, I thought for sure she was a man or it was a man. So
You talking about Shelly?
yeah, I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Was also how did you do with that dude that was hating that you want to bring on to fight?
Oh, yeah. Well, we hit him up.
What's that?
I said he was contacted to come out here. He never reached back out. So yeah, you
Oh,
talking about the fake Drake when I did that debate with the light skinned dude that looked like Drake? Yeah.
yeah, that one.
Yeah, that dude, he was pathetic. But yo, I'm gonna go ahead and get to some other callers. Thank you for supporting all the way from Vancouver, man. You have a blessed one, brother. Okay.
Not a problem. Whenever you got a debate, I'll come on. But I'm a radical fucking lefty, you know, fucking
No, you're
no.
not, man. You have a good one, bro. All right. I gotta remove some people out the queue. There's so many people coming in. My restream is saying your room is full. You need to let some people go. Let's get that out of here. All right. Let's go ahead and bring up. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast.
What it do? Can you
State
hear
your
me?
name. I can hear you
Can you
good.
hear me?
State your name.
Okay.
I can.
Dressel
State your name
Jackson.
and where you from.
Dressel. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, but I live in DFW, Dallas, Texas area.
All right, man. That's what's up, brother. What you got? Are you a supporter or a hater? You want to debate?
I'm a supporter, but I want to debate a little bit.
Okay, let's get to it.
All right. When you talk to these women, that's clearly delusional. I ain't saying being mean, but you be so nice and don't let them know. You let them know with a certain aspect, but you don't just let them know exactly what's going on. Like if a
Okay.
chick is just visually fat, I ain't gonna say call her fat, but you'll be like, okay, you'll give a scenario of somebody else to shade well, not shade, but to calm down their emotions or whatnot. But like with me, I'm gonna be like, hey, men are visual, you are big, go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm more direct. I'm trying to see like why you don't just actually. I am a supporter, but like why you don't actually just not go in, but give them a little more direction. Like you give them direction, you know what I'm saying? But you don't just give it to them. I'm with the
Yeah,
give
you're
it to
saying that
them
I'm
for
not
real.
giving. You're saying I'm not responding to the girls and your liking. So I would say, man, I've been doing this for a year and a half, and before I was even doing a podcast, I was talking to women and debating women on Clubhouse and other social platforms. I have many techniques of giving girls direction and guidance. I could be strictly direct. Sometimes I am. There's many clips where I am very direct, as you just stated. And then there's other times where you just got to read the room, right? Because sometimes it's not about what I've learned doing this. Women don't matter how things are said. They matter what is said. They don't like the
And the
truth
messenger,
for the
yeah, the
most
messenger.
part. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how you tweak and lower your tone or, fix the cadence of your voice to respond to them in a way. It really doesn't matter to a big degree. For some women, it may matter a little bit. Some women, I would change my tone a little bit and they're more able to receive the message. Other women, it don't matter how I say the message. Just like last Friday, I said it in the most subtle, calm way without calling her fat or big. I said, hey, it would help you to get in the gym and lose some weight. And I said it even, I gave examples to it, just like you stated. It didn't matter. She still cried.
That's
that's because women are sensitive. So, that was the woman I was shaming. She was shaming Ease, the co-host on the panel. And then I went ahead and, said what I said to her. And I said it very gentle and nice, and she still cried. So I get what you're saying. I would say, man, watch more of my content. I have many different ways of speaking to the women. So my message is digestible depending on the individual that I'm speaking to. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I have many clips that's viral with me speaking super direct. Like, no, if you're doing this, you're a whore. You're doing this, you big. You need to lose some weight. Or you get what I'm saying? So it just all depends. It all depends on what I assess during a podcast, and then I may change my tone. Sometimes I may not. Yeah.
Okay. But like I said, I'm supportive. I was just wondering that was my debate question, you know what I'm saying?
No. Hey, thank you for the feedback.
You're doing your thing, though. You're doing your thing.
Appreciate it, brother, and thank you for the feedback. But yeah, watch more content, man. I definitely I have different approaches on how I approach the women when I respond to them. Some of them are direct, some of them is a little bit giving it to them softer so they can digest it. Sometimes, I would say this. It works. Sometimes when I, palette my words and say it differently, and switch up my tone, I got usually the girls that come on a podcast, they come on 3-4 times. You know what I mean? They'll travel all the way out to come on a podcast. I had a stripper that came on a podcast 3 times. I was harsh with her. Then I tried other tones. And guess what? 3 weeks, it was about a month later, I seen her at the gym, and she came to me, said, hey, I'm no longer stripping anymore. Thanks to you and the coaching that you gave me live on your podcast. So I can't save all of them, but some of them you can.
Accept it when it's right there, but when they go home and think about it and digest it, it makes a little more sense later.
Makes a little more sense. Yep. But yo, man, I appreciate the support, brother, and the feedback. You have a blessed one, man.
You too, man. Keep it up.
All right, brother. Okay, let's get Sincere on. You are live with No Fugazee podcast. Where you from?
I'm from California, but I live in Las Vegas.
California, but you live in Las Vegas. All right, brother. Are you a supporter or are you here to debate?
I'm a supporter.
Okay, what's up?
I got something to ask you, though.
Got you.
I have a 16-year-old son, and I'm going through a custody issue with my children's mother. And being that he's 16, this thing is going to drag out till he's 18, right? This is just common sense to me. But recently, I've been getting myself together, hitting the gym, doing what I'm supposed to do. I got my career maybe 8 years ago. I have a CDL.
Good for you, man.
My question to you is, I chose to bow out of the court situation just because I seen how I was getting treated in the courtroom. Do you think that's the right or wrong thing to do based on my son's age and how men are usually treated in the court system? I chose to just not go to any following
no hearings and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I have full custody of my daughter. She's 12 years old. I got full custody when she was about 4 years old. Around 4 years old. I got full custody of
two of my other children, a 9-year-old and a 15-year-old. Their mother passed away 4 years ago. So that's a whole nother situation. But as far as the children I share with her, my 16-year-old,
you going through that?
Sure. Yeah.
Got you. I mean, it's only 2 more years until he's 18, and then you don't need to worry about any custody anyway. I would say though,
out on the best years.
I was just gonna say that I would say as a man, those are the years, 11th and 12th grade. Those are the years where it's important. He needs a father figure in his life. He needs to be around you a lot. You know what I'm saying? You need to guide him for sure. So how's the living situation like? Do you and his mother live close enough where you could still see him and be around him and go to his games and stuff like that? Or is it a huge distance?
It's Las Vegas isn't a big city. So
Okay. Oh, it's right in Las Vegas. Okay.
yeah, right in Las Vegas. But we don't get along at all.
Got you.
We couldn't get along even to that degree.
Got you. Do you still have a good relationship with your son, or do you see that
Yeah, I pay his
the
phone
mother?
bill. I mean, I reach out to him. You know, he's a young man, so he's on the internet doing this thing. He don't have the he doesn't reach out the way I would like him to. Let me just say that. He's just doing his own thing. I'm paying attention to him. He's posting on his YouTube channel and whatnot and doing his thing.
Do you think that his mother is moving him away from you, meaning mentally, meaning that she's projecting her view of you? She has a negative view of you. Do you think that she's projecting her negative view of you onto your son, and then he's turning away from you?
No, I just think it's easier to operate when he's not saying, "Oh, who are you on the phone with? I was just talking to Dad." I see. That'll shake stuff in the house.
Yeah. I would say this, man. I would say, it's you got custody of your other two kids. My condolences to their mother. But as far as your son, you got 2 more years left until really he can make a choice of who he wants to be around and stuff like that. I personally would have still went to court and still try to get those 2 years of my son and have him under my roof where I'm instilling certain traits in him and I'm watching over him and seeing what he's being influenced by. Because these are the years where he's going to be influenced to go this way or influenced to go that way, right? And you want to be the one to have the biggest impact of what path he takes. So with that being said, if you already let the courts go, try to be in his life as much as you can.
Okay.
And ways to do that, right? He's a man, right? He's a young man. He want that cootie cat. He wants some cheeks, right?
Right.
So you talk to your son. This is the way. This is why this podcast grows, is because dating and relationships are important to men. Men, we know that as a very young age, it's like, dang, well, I like this chick. I see her, but how do I talk to her, right? Or not even that. I'm playing this sport, whatever sport or things he may be into. Maybe you could go that way. If it's basketball, if it's women, talk to him and coach him and give him some game, but the right way, the good way. Like, yeah, you want to stay away from them girls, man. You playing ball. Let me show you this crossover, how AI used to do it.
Right.
What I mean? Let me show you how to really do a dunk or something like that. Let me show you different ways. And even if you may not even know it, you could take your time to go on YouTube and research some stuff. Like, listen, son, you got to get your hops up. Right, you in 11th grade, 10th grade, you gotta get your bunnies up.
This is literally how I already speak to my son. Listen,
yeah,
I will
this
go
is how
and
it
research shit because I know that's his interest. Like I went to research on how to increase his vertical, and I seen another father make something out of wood and these like elastic straps, and he made it like a waistband. And I was showing him that I literally do what you're talking about.
So you already. Man. You're on the right track, man. And that's what I would say. Do those things so you stay in his life, but you're there to, like, your approach is tactical to help him out and to better him. And he'll see that. Like, of course, be his friend and stuff like that, but you're really there to better him and to give him game. And then you also, one of the things that a lot of men don't talk about to their sons that I've recognized because I coach men, the son has to get some grit, because all men, like boys, they tend to not really have that grit. Maybe they playing football or playing ball, and bro, you playing too soft. When you go on that court, ain't nobody better than you, right? Nobody in the stands, can't nobody stop you. You go in there with that attitude that you feeling destroyed. You go in there too soft. I know you may be coming off the bench, or even if you start in whatever the scenario is, but you need to instill some of that grit in them, because a lot of kids in this generation,
they ain't got it.
They ain't really got that grit like we used to have. And I think he would understand that too. Like you could even see like, yo, parts of your game you lacking. You go into the hole too soft. Reason why you going too soft is, are you these dudes' friend? You don't know this other team.
Right.
You know what? They trying to take your position. Only what? I think like 80 something, 85 people make it to the pros a year. They taking your position. You know, give them stats. Actually research the stats of how many college players make it to college in D1, D2, and then actually make it to the league. And then when you show him those numbers, be like, listen, there's people out here trying to be that number. So if you don't get it right, you ain't going to be on that stat sheet. You ain't going to be that number. Yeah, so you got to like, and especially boys, you got to palette certain things to them because guys, we're naturally logical. And if you show them some numbers and stuff like that, like, listen, that will instill that eye of the tiger in them. Because this is why people like Kobe over LeBron still to this day.
Right.
It's because Kobe got that Mamba mentality. It's something that you can't teach. You have it or you don't have it. Jordan had the same thing. But, yo, brother, I'll let you go, man. I got like 100 people in here right now, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
I wish you the best, man. Yo, I'll be out in Vegas soon again. Probably do another podcast with Marquette. He's a good brother. And also with Michael Sartain and Rolo. So check me out there. I'm looking to go out there soon. So
all right,
have a blessed one, bro.
Out for you.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, chat. Let's see. Okay, we got Alex, we got Trez, we got John. Let's hit, and then we got also obstacles to opportunities. Let's get a girl up real quick. Let's get Alex in. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Where you from? I can't hear you. Your audio is off.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yep.
I'm from Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Okay. And what's up? Talk to me. Are you a supporter or are you here to debate or have some questions?
I am a supporter and I have some questions. Me and my stepdad, we were just actually watching you earlier today, going back and forth.
Okay.
We use you as like a conversation starter in a way.
All right.
Yeah. My question is, I'm a therapeutic camp counselor for kids ages 10 to 13. And a lot of them don't have father figures. And I was just wondering, what is some advice you would give to me to instill in young men who don't have that, support?
Got you. Well, so you said that, I'll just answer the question. There's nothing you could do to instill inside a boy to help them out with their masculinity.
Right.
There's things that you could do to instill into a boy to help to turn him into an adult. Like, being kind, being nurturing, do the things that's natural to you. Mm-hmm. But like you said, I would say to find a man to instill in him. Because the thing is data on it. Single moms or just women in general, they can't turn a boy into a man. It's impossible. Right? I know you may think you could do it. It's like, no, it's just a human. I think I can. I know a man. My father's a good man. I could help him. I see the things that's in, these other men. I could tell them about this. All of that it just ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna stick. It ain't gonna land. Just not gonna work. Right. Trust me and believe. I could break it down in so many ways on how it won't work. But if you really want to help these boys, you said you have a stepfather?
Yes.
And he's a man's man? Bring your stepfather around and have your stepfather talk to these other boys.
Right.
Bring him around. You got to definitely bring a man around.
Mm-hmm. I often find too, like if I make a correction to them and then a man would say the same thing,
listen.
They're absolutely more receptive, right?
Yep.
So I don't want to talk at them because I feel like a lot of the women in their life just talk at them and aren't like really listening to what they're saying. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to be like as good at my job as possible.
I'll tell you this. So you want to lean into the nurturing side. What's one of the things that a boy can't get from a man? One of the things that a boy can't get from a man is like that cheerleader. Right? Women cheer men on. That's what they do. So you want to assess the boys and see where maybe they're lacking in. Instead of telling them you're lacking in certain things, look at the things where they can improve. Right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You doing this good? Come on, you could do even better. You got this. You got this. I see it in you. Maybe you come into class later. Are you doing this late? I know you can do better. You want to talk to the king in those boys instead of talking to the fool in those boys. Talk to the king in them, and that at least uplift their spirits and give them that motivation, because that's what women do. And that's what women are good at. But as far as trying to be the disciplinarian and, speak to the fool in them like a man would, like, no, do this, do that better, boom, boom. Leave that for the man, because like you said, they're more naturally receptive to a man speaking rather than you speaking and giving constructive criticism.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Speak to the king and those boys. You'll be good.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a blessed one. All right, chat. We live right now. I was trying to make jokes. Cool, you need a soundboard. I got a soundboard. I've always had a soundboard. I just don't be using it, man. The other podcasts, they use the soundboard. So I just be like, you know what? I'm going to come with these buttons. Because I don't need a lot of sounds anyway. But I do have an actual soundboard, bro. Let's see here. Let's get... Okay, we got Josh Caesar. I see you came back in. I'm going to bring you up in a second. We got Wolf. I see you down here. We got Sahar. I see you down here. Let's see here. Let's bring up John. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you from.
My name is John. I'm actually from South Africa. First and foremost, I just want to say I am a supporter, a big supporter actually. Just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity, also for allowing me to be on the podcast. Secondly, I just want to mention, I need to give you your flowers, man. The amount of game that you're giving out is priceless, if I could say that. It's something that you don't get just anywhere. And being a man of age 29, I wish I had somebody like you that was giving me game when I was a lot younger, 29 years of living, you learn so much. And not having a father figure, it really, if I could say, it affects myself, obviously speaking for myself. I can't speak for other men.
Yeah.
But not having a father figure actually does play a big role in the man that you become when you grow up. And now taking the nuggets that you have pieced together over time of watching your podcast, being the last 2 to 3 months, it's really opened my eyes to a lot of things that I didn't know prior. And having said that, question is, so I've been trying to reestablish a relationship with my father after he had left and divorced my mother for unforeseen circumstances. And I find it very hard to reestablish the relationship. I don't know if it's me being hurt by the fact that he left and that I, being his only son, had to fend for myself and be a man by myself, learn from the streets how to be a man.
Yeah.
And
let me ask you a question, John. Do you hold resentment?
I would say I do. I'm working on that part of it, of trying to forgive him for what he did, obviously, but there is still a part of resentment in me.
Yeah. The resentment creates the anger. So you wanna relinquish all of that, and you wanna forgive that man. You want to forgive him. That's the only way that you can move forward. That's the only way that you'll become a man. A man isn't a man that holds on to anger and resentment. He's not a man. So the only way that you could really replace him, because your father, I know he wasn't in your life and stuff like that, but when he passes, you are the replacement. You're the living legacy, right?
Yeah.
So you want to get rid of that resentment and that anger and let him know of that. I don't hate you anymore, Dad. I love you.
Okay, and if I may just ask to follow up on that, what would you advise? Because I mean, I've tried so many things. I mean, I've tried actually just sitting down and having a conversation with him, which leads to nowhere because I have an expectation of how the conversation should go, and having him apologize would be one step, closer to getting rid of that. Listen.
Stream went out. Yeah, man, I would say, I know you'll still hear this again, John. You went ahead and went out. I would say one, you don't want to hold any resentment to him, because resentment creates that anger, and that anger is not good for you, and it's not good for him as well. So you said that you have expectations whenever you're trying to speak with him. Get rid of those expectations, man. Get rid of those expectations and just gotta man up and say, listen, well, one, you gotta come to terms that the past is a past and you can't change the past. So holding on to something in the past where he's not doing or harming you now, or he's as long as he's a good man and he's, doing good now, hey, I forgive you, Dad. All love. Don't expect anything. Whatever he gives you, whatever response he gives you, you take it. And even if it's not a response you want, don't let that resentment then build back up and that anger build back up. That's a feminine trait, because you're dwelling on things and you're expecting things. Just let it go, bro. Let it go. And that's the thing when you submit. Like, how does children submit to their parents? They let it go. At some point, for them to listen, they got to be like, all right, whatever you say, Dad, Mom. How does a woman submit to a man? They let it go. All right, Daddy, this all yours. How does man submit to God? Sorry, God, for the sins and, all the things I did. Please forgive me. I'm all yours. I'm your child. But you really believe. You get rid of the subconscious mind that's bringing up other thoughts, and you just fully focus in. But also, you got to change your behavior. You got to change. So actually mean it when you say it to him that you forgive him. But I hope that helped out. Let's get to... Let's see here. And we got a lot of people in here. Let's get to... Okay, he tried to come in here before. What's going on, man? Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Where you from, brother?
What's up, bro? I'm from Akron. My fault about the technical difficulty, bro. I've been trying to go to the store real quick, and I ain't think you was about to hit my name that quick.
Oh, all good, brother. Are you a supporter or here to debate?
Yeah, for sure. A big supporter, man.
Appreciate it.
I agree with a lot of... basically everything you saying, but I do have this one thing, since this is a debate show, that
for sure, man,
driving me crazy. So I want to see if you got a good answer for me.
Sure.
I heard y'all talk about on one podcast, you was talking about, this is a religious thing. It ain't really like relationship woes, but you was talking about the trilogy. Y'all was talking about the trilogy or the Trinity. I'm sorry, the Trinity and Jesus and God and stuff. And I hear you say Jesus is God a lot. So I'm just wanting to know, like, what's your views on that? Are you just give me your views on that real quick.
Well, let's start off with your views. What's your views on the Trinity? Then I'll go into mine.
I mean, I don't. So I'll just put it this way. I believe that Jesus was a man. Jesus is his own separate entity. He was a man just like me and you. He defecated, he urinated, he had sinful ways. Granted, he overcame those sinful ways, but a lot of us being taught that Jesus is God and God is Jesus is like, it's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, real quick. Tim, I see you, brother. Tim, yeah, if they're not 18, they can't join the stream. So whoever it is, tell them no. But yeah, I mean, so in regards to the Trinity, when I spoke about that, so my beliefs is very, very simple. God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit is not three different personalities. So I don't believe in a Trinity. Yeah, the Trinity is nonsensical. If God is all powerful, why would he have to be three different personalities? If he's all powerful, he doesn't have to do that. I received the Holy Ghost, so I know that my conscious and subconscious was still there, fully there, and I was fully aware. But God was in me, speaking through me, right? And controlling my entire body. So obviously, if the conscious doesn't change, so I believe that God, right? God consciousness just was in Jesus, fully moving throughout Jesus, a physical human body, but consciously in Jesus. You know what I mean? Now, God can be all around. He's in us, through us, around us. He's not affected by time, space, or matter. But the only way that, he could be controlling a physical body, which is Jesus Christ, he just put his own consciousness into Jesus Christ. So that's what I think that was. And he was moving within Jesus. So I don't believe in the Trinity. I don't believe you should worship three separate entities or three separate personalities. That's hogwash. There's one God. Yeah.
So basically, you are on the same page as Jesus was a man that ripped the veil to give us the ability to get direct access to God, basically.
Well, yeah, I would say, Jesus was flesh, manly flesh, but his spirit was God. His spirit was God. But as far as Jesus, Jesus was a human, but his spirit was God. That's what I'll say.
Okay, yeah, I can get with that. I can get that. I just was conflicted because I was like, dang, is he like one of them people that believe in that? You know what I'm saying?
No, because anytime you believe in that,
hogwash.
It's hogwash. Because what happens is if you can believe in three personalities and one entity, okay, then you got to believe in transgenderism. You got to believe in all of these psychopathic disorders and everything. Well, no, they just have a mental disorder and they're just in their own mind, living in their own mind, right? So if we let room, like if the Christians let room for the Trinity, then you got to let room for transgenderism. He's a boy, but he really feels that he's a girl. And guess what? If you believe in a Trinity, you kind of got to believe that you got to, accept his feelings pretty much because it's the same thing. But we know that that's not true. We know that those people normally just have a mental illness. Those people are suffering themselves. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'll say. But that's good question.
Yeah, that's all I had, man. For real. Like I say, bro, I'm almost out of eye with you on every other topic, every other subject that you speak on.
Yeah.
And as far as the sincere situation that just popped up, I just want to say, like, bro, I'm in that same situation right now. I got a 16-year-old son. We talk about basketball on the regular. I'm in a custody battle right now fighting for my kid. So, no, never give up on your kid, bro. Like, never give up on
never give up. I would never give up.
Yeah, it's always some type of hope. You've been giving some good feedback to those two dudes that were speaking on stuff like that. But yeah, bro, respect to you, man. I hope you know what I'm saying, keep on growing your channel like you're doing. And
appreciate it, man. I hope the best for you and all your endeavors, brother. Have a blessed one.
For sure.
All right. Let's get Wolf in here, and then we're going to get to obstacles to opportunities. And we've been streaming for a while. I think we're going to settle down. No debaters? Damn, man. What? Everybody's scared of Cooley, man. We got no debaters, bro. What's going on? I hope Wolf, man. I hope you're a debater. And we got another brother that just joined too. Gonna bring you up in a second. Let's see what Wolf's talking about. Wolf, welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Where you from?
Hi guys, I hope you're fine. I am from Portugal, but I live in France.
Live in France. Are you a supporter or a hater?
I came here to say that I don't like this channel and I want to debate.
This guy,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I knew it.
I saw one of your videos last night. Was the first time. And yeah, the way you think, But I have a few things that I have a few ideas, and I wanted to know what you think about that.
Sure.
For me, I always, when I have a relationship, I always tell the woman that for me, on a relationship, every single body should be happy to bring the happiness together. And nobody is responsible for the happiness of the other one. And a lot of times, I don't know, I ain't gonna try to say that it's because women are like that, but I don't know why in majority of the times they always think that we are responsible of that. Yeah, we should bring happiness for y'all, but y'all should be already happy, because we cannot fulfill a full cup of happiness every single time, because there is always times that ourselves we don't feel as our best version or the best day or the best year, and sometimes we have our up and downs, and if we must always fulfill the cup of your own happiness instead of the woman put 50% and we bring the other 50%, it's a little bit complicated to always deal with that. And the second thing that I would like to know what you think about that is why always woman has the problem, because when you have a woman that always had bad previous relationships, and right now they are with somebody that always tell them the truth no matter what, even if they would like to hear what the guy has to say or not.
Yep.
What's their problem with that? Because I know that, oh, maybe you get used to bad guys and now you are with somebody that always tells you the truth, but you are not used to it, so you always think that this person is lying. And how are you
I'll say this, man. I'll say this to you, brother. So one, women can't handle the truth. It doesn't matter how you say it. It's all about what you say. So if what you're saying is the truth, sometimes they can't handle it. Most of the times they can't handle it. If that's your woman and you're in a relationship with her, well, you want to train your woman. You ever seen a cartoon called How to Train Your Dragon? It's a cartoon now that kids watch. It's called How to Train Your Dragon. Well, guess what? I'm making a cartoon. It's called How to Train Your Woman, because they need to be trained, especially these modern age women. They're not able to receive a man's message or a man's guidance or a man's input at all. They get defensive all the time. When we speak and when we tell them things, it's very defensive. So I would say keep telling the truth. And if that person can't handle the truth, maybe it's different ways that you could coach that woman. One of the things, if she can't handle the truth, she doesn't understand the order. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. So if she's not accepting truth that you're speaking, she's looking at the order wrong. Usually those type of women think that she's above a man. She thinks that she's better than a man and she'll need to listen to a man. So if you got that type of woman, you need to replace her with another woman that knows how to listen. If you have those capabilities of attracting a lot of women, replace her. Some women, I'll tell you this, some women is they don't, there's no taming them. They're been to too much trauma. They haven't overcame their trauma. So you can't tame certain women, and you just let them go and you get a better one, more fish in the sea. But I would say in regards to the first thing you said, in regards to, people need to come healed in a relationship, and people need to love self, and people need to find happiness within self. That is true. Generally speaking, happiness for me, I don't really care about happiness. I don't seek happiness at all as a man, right? As a man, I don't seek happiness. I seek, discomfort all the time. I seek the next adventure, the next thing I'm going to conquer. So there's no happiness over here, and I'm fine with not, but I wake up every day feeling the same.
I understand what you mean.
I don't wake up with all these type of feelings, but
tomorrow I need to learn more. I can be happy today, but I know that tomorrow I gotta learn more.
You gotta learn more.
I'm mad with myself. I
for
know
sure.
That.
Now, in regards to the woman, right? Women, they wake up a different person every day sometimes, especially if they on a period. They gonna wake up a different human. You gonna be like, God dang, where'd Elizabeth go? I didn't know you're Katie today. What the heck? You got all these personalities. So, I mean, with that, you could still train them out of that, right? And also, you got to let it not affect you, because women just wake up moody sometimes, but never let that affect you. You always want to be Teflon, right? And when you talking to your woman, you let her know, like, listen, what if I woke up and I was just randomly just irritated at you? How would that make you feel? Because you have to train them to regulate their emotions. So how would that make you feel? Well, I would kind of feel, sad, Byron. That would make me feel good, Byron. Yeah, how you think I feel? Why are you irritated at me and I didn't even do anything, but you're freaking irritated? So imagine how I feel. So you let them know of that and say, hey, you have to start acting despite how you feel. I know you don't even know why you're upset sometimes, but just think positive. You're breathing, right? Think positive. The bills are paid. Think positive. We got a nice car, a house. Think positive. Stop complaining.
Yeah, because I always think when they ask me what do I need on a relationship, I always say that I need loyalty above love, because I believe in love, but I don't think love is the most important thing in my point of view. Why? Because years gonna go by.
Yeah, man is more like respect and loyalty for a man is top priority.
Just loyalty and don't stress me. Other than that, I don't need it. Just that.
Yeah, we're simple creatures. Yo, listen, Wolf, I'm going to get to the next caller. Appreciate you supporting.
Thank you very much.
What country you said you're from?
I am from Portugal, but I live in France. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm going to keep watching.
Yo, I appreciate your support, man. Have a blessed one. All right, chat. Let's go ahead and bring up... I see Tomas, you came in here, going to bring you up in a second. Then I'm going to bring up my man Obstacles to Opportunities. But first, let's get this brother in. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and turn on your camera.
What's good, bro?
What's going on, man? Are you a supporter or a hater?
Supporter, for sure.
Word, talk to me. What you got?
Well, I was just listening to what y'all was discussing earlier, just concerning, Jesus and everything. Like,
yeah,
concerning when they say ye are gods, you know what I mean? And you said that you said Jesus was God in the spirit.
Yes, sir.
So just concerning that, ye are gods. How would you exegete that?
So if you look through the Hebrew text, you'll see that when it was translated over to English, it was always throughout the text, it was always gods, right? And that was just how they said it. But they spoke about one God. It was never speaking about gods as plural, as many. So in the Hebrew text, the plural isn't always plural. They'll put the plural on many different words, but they had, so it's kind of like if you, for plural for us is, put it like this, knife. Ain't no K and O knife, but we got a K in knife. It's like, God dang, where did K come from? You know what I mean? Lasagna. All these, like the S is, listen, man, all I'm trying to say is when you look at the Hebrew text, they got plurals on a lot of stuff, but certain things aren't plural. It's not talking about many. It's just talking about one. So even though it's saying gods, it's talking about one God. It's not plural, meaning many. And it's broken down in many ways where you can understand it. Just YouTube some stuff. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, what else you got?
So you saying like, because he responds to the Pharisees. Don't you know that it says ye are gods?
Yeah, I know. I know the passage you're talking about, and it says that a multitude of other times it says it puts a plural on each, almost like on all of them. But it's just talking about one.
I'm trying to make the point, like, if Christ is God, right, then that would ultimately mean that every one of his followers or true followers are just like him, because he goes on to say, don't you know you would do things as great as I have? You know what I mean? So that's why I brought up the ye are gods. Would you
Well, I mean, in regards to that sense, no, we are not gods. That's
You
just
don't think
not true.
teaching that he wants us to be more like a God when you know
That's
what
why he brung his son here, right? Jesus, he put himself into human flesh form. He put his spirit inside of Jesus to show us that it can be done. But also, why did Jesus die? Die for our sins. Like, yeah, I'm here, and you may never ascend to this level, right? Goku ascended to Super Saiyan, mastered Ultra Instinct. Gohan, I think he just got there with these new levels. God dang, Gohan got there. But many other Saiyans didn't get there. Only a few can ascend. So in regards to that, I'm just using a funny analogy, but in regards to, yes, we need to be like Jesus. We need to strive to be great, right? So if we don't have anything to look, it's like if Kobe wouldn't have never seen Jordan, you think Kobe would have been that good? No. Wouldn't have happened. You think Iverson would have been that good? No. You think LeBron would have been that good? No. So they have to see something that's great. And it's like, okay, now I have a level that I know I can achieve, right? If I put the work in, it's possible for me to achieve it. It's possible, right? So Jesus came in flesh form, sinless, walking on water, skating, healing the blind. But it's like, I'm at this level and you see it. Now, just the fact that you're trying to achieve it means that you're on a right path, even if you don't achieve it. Kobe never got to Jordan's level, but god dang, he Kobe, Mamba mentality, Hall of Famer, right? We could say LeBron never got as many rings as Jordan. Maybe he succeeded on other aspects, but he doesn't have as many rings as Jordan or Kobe yet. But god dang, he's seen a level and he ascended to other levels. So Jesus came to show us the way. That's all I'm saying.
See, my position, I know you got more people in the back. And
you good, bro.
my position would be like Israelites are the gods, right? And we know that the laws in Deuteronomy, it tells us that we have gifts and we have curse. You know what I'm saying? And when you practice in the laws, you know what I'm saying, with faith, with grace, you know what I mean? Then you are able to achieve that God, enlightenment of what God is. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that Christ taught that the law would never be done away with, right? No jot, no tittle will ever be done away with. You know what I mean? And he goes on to say, those who teach the law will be great in the kingdom.
Yeah. So I'll say this, bro. You gotta ascend to different levels, right? So all throughout the Bible, it just talks about becoming better, working on self-improving. You can't ascend to any level. You can't become a better man if you're not making sacrifices. Cain and Abel. Who did God favor more? Abel, because he made better sacrifices. So anything that you're doing in life, you have to make sacrifices. And if you're making sacrifices, what that is creating discipline. And as you're disciplined, you will ascend to other levels. I gave my story before, but when I received the Holy Ghost, I'll just speak about a part of the story. God spoke to me and said, hey, when you get up and leave this church early, your mother is going to ask you to stay. And she's going to ask you to have some prayer. And you're going to have a choice. You're either going to stay or you're going to leave. I thought this was crazy, but I got up and my mom asked me, David, are you staying for prayer? And I had a choice to make. So I was obedient. That's one of the things too. So making sacrifices, no smoking, no drinking, no masturbating, trying to live a sinless life instead of a sinful life as much as you can, then you'll be more disciplined, right? And then as you're more disciplined, you're able to hear God, which is then you'll be able to make a choice to be obedient or not. I was obedient in that situation, and I end up receiving the Holy Ghost there. So, I mean, and I ascended to another level, which is like, dang, it was true. It was real. I know God was real now. And a lot of people don't ever get the gift of the Holy Ghost. I spoke to many pastors and stuff like that. They never had that gift. But I do think that they can receive the gift as well. But I actually sought out of it. I wanted it ever since I was like 5 years old, and I got it. And I think that in time, and as I'm more disciplined and sacrificing more and on my purpose, I will ascend to higher levels. So it's like Dragon Ball Z, bro. You got to work in a hyperbolic time chamber, be disciplined, fight with Vegeta, ascend to some different levels. You'll become.
Obedience and discipline is really your position. Like, you look at the text for the wisdom in it rather than like a dogmatic.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you. Broke up.
I said you look at it like as a wisdom text rather than something that is, like, I guess for a lack of a better word, dogmatic.
Correct.
I rock with
and when you look at it, like you that's the truest way to look at it. Because then your behaviors will change and you'll see what's really true. Cause like, think about it. You don't, the only time you knew a chick, like you knew these chicks was whoring around here is when you started to experience some chicks and it's like, dang, like she got a boyfriend. Actually, she was married and why is she letting me clap cheeks? This is weird. It's like, God dang, you experienced some truth and it's like, it opened up your mind. But that's just an analogy to say that you have to go out there and experience life, but also be wise with your decision making, right? Be disciplined so you don't got to bump your head and mess with them chicks. Be disciplined so you don't got to work at that crappy job that's really not paying you that much and that's treating you bad. Be disciplined and your eyes will open up more because you'll become a better man. Like, think about it, right? If you're not disciplined and you're dissolved in your vices, well, how can you really make a discerned choice about things? It's harder to make a discerned choice about things because you're squiggly, you're up and down because you're all dissolved in your vices. But if you're on a narrow, straight path, it's easier for you to make right decisions. Then you can make a wise choice like, well, let me not walk down that path. I seen what so-and-so did. That's not right. Also, it goes to with when you're choosing women. If you're a person of good moral character, you're not going to choose a chick that got a whole lot of tattoos. You're not going to choose a chick that's cussing a lot. I don't cuss. I don't want my chick cussing. So obviously, I'm looking for a chick that got high moral character. I don't drink, right? So I want my chick drinking. But if you drink, you got all these tattoos, you smoking, you doing this stuff, you're going to wind up taking a chick that's doing the same dumb junk because you're thinking that the moral character is good. But if you're disciplined, right, we kind of project. It's like, all right, I'm working on myself. I'm in the gym. I'm doing the right thing. I kind of want the chick to have the same moral character as I have. And then you'll really even see like, oh, this chick is a slore. Because it's like, you're doing good, but she not doing good. And you're a girl. You're supposed to be pure. You was put on this planet to be pure. I'm more pure than you. It don't even make sense. I'm not wifing you. Recreational use only. On to the next.
I believe Solomon actually said that there's a verse that says, out of 1,000 men, only 10 are righteous. And out of 1,000 women, 1.
I don't know if you quoting it right. I got obstacles to opportunities in here. He'll let me know. But yo, I got some people in here, brother. I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you for supporting and tune into next Wednesday, man. I'll bring you up again.
All right, for sure. Peace, man.
Have a blessed one. Tomas, welcome to No Fugazee podcast, brother. Where you from?
What's up, bro? I'm from actually Orange County, California.
Orange County, California. Nice, man.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
to me.
Well, I'm a huge supporter of you, and I just discovered you maybe a couple months ago. I tried to get on with you a few weeks ago, and we were having some technical difficulties, and I don't remember what I was going to talk about that time. I saw you were on, so I said, let me get on. I want to give you your flowers, bro. I started watching you, and I'm probably a little bit past your demographic. I'm 52 years old, so you're probably not speaking to guys my age. However, I do appreciate what you do and why you're doing it, because there isn't enough um, prime examples of men on how to move. And everything that you do, everything that you talk about, I look at it and I'm just like, I'm not in agreement. Like, my dude, my dude, my dude. So I just wanted to, honestly, I just want to just say what's up, give you your flowers, and tell you that I appreciate what you're doing, man. And it's so much that I've kind of become. I run a fitness training facility.
Yeah.
And a lot of the youngsters, they come to me for advice. Hey, what about this? Hey, this is happening with my girl, blah, blah, blah. And I give them stuff and I tell them, hey, let's do this, blah, 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 blah. And I've realized that our new generation of men, and I'm talking guys that are like in their 20s and early 30s.
Yeah.
Most of them are very, they're very feminized. They're strong and feminine energy. And I'm kind of like, yo, you need to be more masculine. And they were like, oh, and it's crazy how I'm learning how these guys, well, a lot of them were raised by moms. So I understand why they're like that. That whole single mom, oh, I watched her suffer, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
But I'm even seeing a lot of examples of guys that are married that are, the dads are kind of like, they're not as masculine or maybe not as aggressive in their ways. And the moms, the wives kind of are raising the kids too.
Yeah, the mom kind of runs the household and run everything. Yeah, that's because the men is weak. The men is weak. And the men, they adopted probably the mother's viewpoint or society's viewpoint of what a man should be. Society's viewpoint of how a man should be is a very weak, soy boyish man. It's the opposite of real men, and good moral character. Most men, we're naturally conservative. We kind of go that route, right? We naturally is like, we want to be the best we could be, right? And we want a girl that's pure. So that's more of the conservative route. And we also want to leave a legacy behind. So we want kids. But the liberal route of how society is being viewed is the total opposite. It's the polar opposite. They don't want you to have kids. Like, remember, like, back in the early 90s, you heard from like Bill Gates and everything, and he was like, the world is overpopulated. We need to do things to it's too many people on this planet. So then you're thinking, it's like almost corrupted the mind. You're like, dang, that kind of makes sense. It is a lot of people here. But like, if you ever flown on a plane before, you like all of this land in just Pennsylvania is crazy. You fly over Texas, god dang, it takes 6 hours to get from one end to another end, and it's just land. It's just
try driving through Texas.
Yeah, it's just emptiness. It's like, what? Yeah. That's a lie. So it's anti-natalism. So anti-natalism basically promotes that, the world is overpopulated and we need to depopulate the world. And that's where Bill Gates put in Planned Parenthood and all of these things. And also it corrupted the minds of people, saying like, well, I don't need to have kids. Well, if you instill in a man that he doesn't really need to have a kid or kids in a family, then he's only going to dissolve into hedonistic behaviors, and he's not really going to care about the current life he has now. Why be a man and be masculine? I'm not leaving a legacy behind. So if you're not leaving a legacy behind, why the freak do you really care about protecting what's here and now? Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's where it comes from. So even a lot of men that's married, they can still have that same twisted mindset that's making their behaviors and mannerisms and the way they deal with women and their children just more feminized.
You're absolutely right. And like I said, I've been following you. I had an opportunity to jump on it and just kind of chop it up with you. And I wanted to just thank you, man. I appreciate what you're doing. And I think you're a great example for a lot of young men out there, man. Keep doing your thing, brother. I'll support you in any way I can. I even bought into your thing, not because honestly, I'm a married guy. I'm married. I have a wife, happily married. And, but I think what you're doing is so important for society, man. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tomas. And where'd you say you're from?
Orange County. I'm currently in Costa Mesa right now, California.
Okay, you in Orange County, man. Well, if I ever come out there, brother, we gotta lock in. You said you got a gym, right?
I got it. Well, hold on. Let me show you what I got. So I don't know if you can see behind me. It's basically a private training facility. I don't allow the public in here.
Okay, you got a fitness center.
Yes, I
Okay.
do. Yes,
Nice, nice. Yeah,
and
man.
now, if you come up, I would love. As a matter of fact, I'm so inspired by the work that you do, and not that I want to, to me, I believe that comparison is a killer of joy. But I started watching Kevin Samuels a few years back, and like I was emotionally affected when this man passed away because I loved what he was doing. I just loved it, and I share him with a lot of people. I'm like, hey, you got to understand. Like, I can't explain to you some things maybe the way certain people can. I said, watch this guy. You
Just
might pick up some things. And now I'm starting to turn people on to you, and I'm like, hey, this guy's a lot younger. I go, but everything he's saying, he's spot on. He's 100%. There's too many examples I see, and I don't want to talk bad about anybody. There's too many examples on social media of people that coming out and they're like, oh, if you want to be a high value man, you got to do this, and that. I'm like, bro, you're 25 years old. You don't want to wipe your ass yet. Don't tell me that you're going to tell me how to be a high value man. You don't know yet. You know, you're regurgitating all the same bullshit that you hear on social media. It's weak. And so if you're ever in the area, I would love to sit down. I would love to welcome you. As a matter of fact, I actually want to start a podcast and start doing what I'm doing here with my trainers, because there are a lot of them kind of encourage me. They're like, hey, you need to do a podcast. You need to talk to guys. You need this is what they need. I'm learning how to do a podcast.
This what we'll do, Tomas. Tomas, hit me up on Instagram. Go to hit up the No Fugazee podcast Instagram. That gets less. Okay, that gets less DMs, so I could see that better. But shoot me a DM, man, and if I'm, I will be going out to Cali soon. So if I'm in the area, man, we could chop it up. I'll come get a workout at your gym, brother.
I would love it. I'd be honored, brother. I'd be honored.
All right, man. You have a blessed one, man.
You too, brother. Thank you.
All right, peace. Okay, so I think we got a hater in here. Let's bring him up. I see Willie, see you in here. I see Peterson. I see Tariq, see you in here. Let's see, where'd that hater go? Hater disappeared. Sage the Wise Man. Oh, no, there you go. See if he a real hater. Welcome to No Fugazee podcast, brother.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let's correct that, bro. Let's correct that, because I'm finna get in your ass.
So you a hater?
All that shit he was saying, he's the bitch of the relationship. He's the female of the fucking relationship. He sound like a fucking female. And the simple fact that you sitting there talking about, oh, the man is the weakest thing and he's weak, bro. Shut that shit up, bro. You capping, my nigga.
Okay. Well, you're speaking all over the place. Men don't speak like that. So talk specifically and directly to what point you're speaking about.
You just did some bitch shit.
To who?
You just sat down and agreed with a fucking female. Basically, the nigga's a female.
Which person?
The one that just left just a few minutes ago.
Okay, you was talking about Tomas.
Yes. He's a fucking
All right, got you. So how is he a female?
Because he lives in a white part of California. He has a private gym. And he's talking about high value dollar and these young men, and you're a great example. You're not a great example for young men.
Okay. All right. Well, explain why I'm not a great example.
Because you're pandering to fucking females.
Okay, explain how.
Because you sit here and talk about, oh, a man should pay 100% of the bills and a woman should just sit in the household and be pretty and nice and shit. Bro, get the fuck out of here with that.
Okay, so you believe the contrary. You think that a man shouldn't be a man and protect and provide for his woman.
Protect and provide, yes, automatically. But she need to add something to the fucking table as well, bro.
For sure. That's what I speak about. A woman's job by a man's place is to add value outside of sex. And to also bring him peace and be his motivation. But a lot of times in this day and age with inflation, relationships are 50-50, or if not 50-50, it's 60-40. And a man is paying 60 and a woman's giving 40, or 70-30. You know, the woman is still working in most cases. And that is understandable. Everyone isn't fortunate enough to, be in my situation where I'm making enough money and my woman doesn't have to work. But with that being said, still that man should be masculine and protect and provide for his woman, and that woman should add value to the man's life. The value that the man looks for isn't monetary, isn't tangible in most cases, if we're being honest. Even in a relationship where it's 70-30, it's like, I'm sure that man would even take on another job if that woman can add value that's not tangible in other areas, like being a cheerleader, cooking more food and cooking better meals, new meals, instead of them same old spaghetti and chicken and rice all the time. Cook a new meal, get in that cooking book and make daddy something different. So women can definitely add value in a man's life. I think we actually want the value that isn't tangible. We really don't care about tangible things. So that's what I speak about when it comes to dating and relationships. I do speak about women adding value to a man's life. So what part are you talking about that you just said was totally incorrect? That's not what I preach. I don't preach about a man just pandering to a woman.
Ask him, what did he mean that a man is weak?
Yeah.
What does he mean?
Put your 1 second, yo. Put your car light on, because it's dark. It's like you don't even got your camera on. And then also, whoever's speaking, just put their face in front of the camera.
What do you mean that a man is weak if he lets the woman take over in the house?
Well, if a man, the man is weak if the woman is, you mean take care of the house, meaning like paying the bills? That's what you mean?
No. Like just
explain.
Just taking care of the household and let her control inside the household.
Control inside the household, meaning what? Explain, elaborate.
You said a man is weak if they let a female take control, correct?
Well, the man is going to dictate how the relationship is going to go and how the household is going to go. That doesn't mean that the woman doesn't have any say so in as far as, hey, honey, I want to change the curtains, on the window. I want to change. Maybe we should paint this room differently, or, let's, do something different with the downstairs basement, or, you know what? I'm doing laundry these days. Maybe let's look to, moving the laundry room over here. That stuff is fine. The woman has a say so in a house, but as far as her leading the household, no, that isn't masculine at all. So it's what the man sees fit, what the man sees best. Men, we are logical and tactical thinkers. So with that being said, we're the best ones in charge, unless you're not a man, unless you're not a masculine man, you took on your mother's nature and you letting a woman rule you, then that's a different story. But if that man is a good man and a masculine man, he is the best to lead that household and lead the relationship. Just doesn't work the other way around.
But it takes two to build a kingdom.
Totally fine if you want to say it takes two to build a kingdom.
Yeah.
I wouldn't agree with that. Usually, I would say preferably even how women like. If women had a choice, because I don't just make up things. I have women on a podcast and I spoke to over 500 women. If women had a choice, they want the kingdom already built and they want to move in. So that's if they had a choice. So currently now in society, women are working as well and they're with a man. And of course they could be, helping that man build the kingdom, but that man still has to fully lead the relationship. He dictates what goes on in and outside of the home. And that's called being a man.
But without a woman, a man cannot be grounded. I just don't understand.
You said without a woman, a man can't be grounded?
Cannot be grounded. Absolutely
Explain.
not. Huh?
Elaborate.
It's a balance.
Okay, well, elaborate. Like I elaborated on things.
It's a balance in the household. At the end of the day, the woman take care of the inside, the man take care of the outside. That's just being real.
They build together.
That's total.
She built it from the inside.
I think we're speaking past one another. A relationship between a man and a woman is complementary. It's a companionship. It's a husband and a wife. So they both have their roles, right? And I believe in gender roles. So if the woman plays her role as far as being nurturing, a woman can change a house into a home, make it more comfortable. Men, we're simple creatures. We don't really care about too much. Give us a bed, a table, and a 1 cup and a spoon. We eat cereal, get us a pan. We don't need too much, right? Because we out there working. We trying to conquer the world. So yeah, a woman has her role, and that's to turn the house into a home, and also to nurture the kids, to be the nurturer, and also to cheer her man on and bring him peace. I believe in that role. So I think we're speaking past one another. In regards to the man's role,
what I mean, though. That's exactly what you just said. Is exactly what I mean.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
While men are trying to, like you said, men trying to conquer the world from the outside. So she building from the inside while you building from the outside. That's trust.
But what I'm saying that men are still, men are the main decision makers. So if things really, like a CEO, right? Before people in a job, the managers and stuff like that, they want to do all of these things. Well, they got to go speak to the CEO. Then the CEO's like, okay, you brung all of this stuff to my attention. Let's do that. Yeah, and that's that man's job. So the woman would say, bring all of these things to the man's attention that's in the home because he's not there all the time. And then he says, okay, honey, all right, let's go with that one. So, yeah, that's totally fine. But that is still the man leading.
Yeah, but it's communication as well. Communication is key.
For sure. Yeah. So what's up, man? Y'all don't really sound like haters to me. What's going on with y'all?
We ain't no haters. We just want we just want to correct you on some shit that you saying, like, bro.
Well, there's no correction. I think maybe you misinterpreted what I was saying.
No, I just wanted to know how you was interpreting it. That's it.
Okay, yeah, it could have been a misinterpreted. But any other questions there, brothers?
No, I'm good now.
All right, brothers. Well, put that weed down and hit the gym. Both of y'all, man. I see you out there. Peace. All right, chat. We lit. I guess a semi-hater, but they were cool. Let's see here. Let's bring up the obstacles. I know we gonna chop it up and have a good one. You mind? I'm gonna bring somebody else on obstacles. You good? I know you chilling, and I know it's early for you too. I know it's early for you because where you at? Let's bring up. We got Tariq and we got Willie, and then we also got Peterson. Dang, which one is a hater? One of y'all got to be a hater. It can't be all supporters. Tariq kind of looked like a hater. Hopefully he a hater. What's up, Tariq? You a hater or a supporter?
What's going on, bro? Yeah, I ain't no hater. I'm a supporter.
God dang. What's up, man?
Hey, so I've been listening to you for about it's been a couple of good weeks. So just been listening to some of your recordings. It's been pretty good. I just question about, I recently read this book. It's called The Way. You ever heard a book called The Way of the Superior Man?
No, I've never read it.
Oh, okay. So I just wanted to get your input because I know in The Way of the Superior Man, it talks about, how two people, you usually talk about on your podcast, there has to be, the man has to lead and the man has to be more of a masculine, which I totally agree with that. And I'm 100% on that. And I'm actually working on my masculinity as well. But in this book, it actually explains that there has to be a balance between both feminine and masculine. And I just wanted to get your intake on that. Because, you have some men who are more feminine and you on that. I mean, you can boost your masculinity. That's what part you do have control on. But your feminine nature too, how those two have to balance. But it talks about how, if you're a more feminine man, then you need a more masculine woman. And if you're more... that book sounds crazy. If you're a more feminine man, well, it says that masculine woman gonna talk down to you. Oh. She gonna talk down to you. She gonna belittle you, and she gonna sleep with her coworker. She definitely gonna have a work husband. Yeah. So it don't work that way. So if you are a feminine man and you dating a masculine woman,
that's hogwash. That book trash. If it actually said that, throw that book out. That book is of the devil. Of the devil. So in that circumstance, the man just needs to work on his masculinity. That's all it is. Because sometimes a woman, think about it, the type of like masculine woman that would take a more subservient man to take, like that would take a beta male, those women are usually past their prime, or they've been indoctrinated to believe in the feminist mindset, or they've taken too much birth control. The hormonal birth control, what it can do is it actually can changes, it alters how women view men, and women would be more attracted and even aroused by the beta guys, by the guys that's less dominant and less masculine if they're on hormonal birth control. It was studies done about that. You could research it. So it's a multitude of things on why that woman may choose the man that's beta, but usually that woman is out of her prime. So she's been damaged. So the only type of, she has no options. The guys that have the masculinity don't even look at her. So she can't get those guys. So she got to settle with the beta anyway. So she'll settle with the beta, but be looking down on him. Since she's looking down on him, she's talking down to him. Since she's talking down to him, she's treating him bad, right? And then she's sleeping with someone else in due time. Within 6 months or a year to 2 years, somebody's going to be clapping them cheeks that maybe look like me, right? And that's a kill out there. That's just how it happens, bro. Yeah. So the beta male, forget all of that. Work on your masculinity. Become the best version of yourself. And you do that by having discipline. Sacrificing, getting rid of all your vices, having more discipline. You'll see better results in yourself, how you feel. You'll see better results in your work life. You'll see better results with your friends, with your family. And sometimes as you're getting better, you'll see that, dang, this person wasn't my friend anyway.
Yeah.
They was just keeping me down there with them. So, yes. But I'll say that to you, brother. Other than that, Tariq, have a blessed one, man. Let me get to the other callers, okay, brother?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, man. We got, let's get to Paul from Dallas. You've been in here for a minute. Camera not on. Talk to me. All right, camera not on. I'm putting you back in the queue. Let me know when camera on. We got, let's get to Willie. Willie, what's going on? Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast.
Yes, brother. 4 questions. So like, I've been married for 18 years, right?
Yeah.
So I say recently, I say within the last 2 years, well, within the last year, it's been a time like basically, me and my wife, we have 4 kids, and I guess she came to the point, right? Obviously, you know, it was toxicity within me. I was, you know, a complainer and stuff like that, and a lot had how can I put it? Basically, like a lot of, I wasn't sure of me, you know, like I was jealous or like insecure towards, like, you know, in church and everything, and like I you know, every time I heard the story on Judas and everything like that, like every time I would hear that story on Judas, like it kind of mentally, psychologically, I wouldn't like move forward with being the armor bearer to my bishop. And like I wanted to like continue, but like I was afraid that like that would come about, like that kind of personality, or that, you know, he betrayed his master, right? So like so all of these things, they definitely like rebutted, or like it was like a rent, like, you know, in my mind mentally. So what would happen was I'd go home angry and everything like that, and I wasn't present mentally, and then I couldn't contribute physically to the household. We bought a home in 2020, and I was going to work. I was, you know, going to work, but I was getting into car accidents here and there. It just, you know, yeah, well, I work, you know, I drove for a living. So
okay,
like, you know,
okay, I see. You wasn't focused and
right.
stuff. You was getting into some accidents. Okay, well,
Correct.
what's the point of what's the climax of this story?
The climax of the story is basically she had asked me, I think it was, like I said, within a year ago, the first time first and foremost, we stopped having, you know, intercourse.
Okay,
She
I figured
stopped
she was withholding sex for compliance. She was withholding sex for compliance,
I don't
meaning
know
that
what the
she's not giving you sex because you're lacking in the multitude of things. You're inadequate, so she's
okay.
not aroused
Yeah,
by
she
you as
wasn't turned
often.
on.
She's
Correct.
make up excuses. She's, oh, my stomach hurt, or oh no, I don't really want to do
No,
it.
she
That's
wasn't
what's
making it.
happening.
She wasn't. No, there was no. She
No
was just.
excuses. She just didn't want to
It was
do it.
correct. It
Oh,
was
dang,
straight
that's
cut
even
and dry.
worse then.
Yeah, I mean, I can't deny that truth. So then I would say about a year, not less than a year. Basically she was like, yo, you need to start, making, plans to get up out of here. I don't want you here, blah blah blah. So first time she said that, I'm like, I got angry, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I was about to, be the tough guy and be like, yo, I'm out of here, blah blah blah. But I'm like, you know what? I don't want to move in my feelings, so I'm like, I'm gonna stay. I have 4 kids, okay, so it's not just
Yeah.
me and her, okay, it's
Yep.
also the kids. I'm gonna get to the point. Then one time, me and my daughter said something. I addressed her, and then basically it was like the volume was getting a little bit loud. It was morning,
Hey,
like about
Willie,
9. Talk to me.
I'll say this, man. I'll say this is a conversation that we need to have privately. You know what I mean? You may want to click the link in the description, sign up for the one-on-one coaching. I'm not saying it to get no money out of you. I'm just saying that I hear the situation. It's not any type of, there's nothing I could say that will make a change right now. It's going to be a multitude of things that we could speak about to really get to the root of it so you can make some changes. Because in situations like this where a woman is withholding sex for compliance, she doesn't want the man to be in the house, then and you kids is involved, you do want to fight for your woman and you want to fight for your kids. And that type of fight is all going to come within. You got to make changes within. So that's going to be a longer conversation and multiple conversations that we'll have to get you right. But I think that you are on the right state of mind to not want to just jump out that situation because kids are involved. You know that it's better for your kids to be raised with you and the mother in the home. Y'all been together for a while, so you can make it work. It happens. It's gonna be some things that you'll have to change. The advice that I would give you is gonna be tactical. And it's going to be step by step of certain things that you have to do to change her view of you. The way she views you right now is not good. So you want to change that view. So there's steps you could do to regain frame in a relationship, right? And we'll go through those steps by steps. But I'm trying to save you too. I don't want you to put too much of your business out to the live stream. Also, it just looks more masculine for you, really trying to help you out, for your woman to never see this and don't ever show her. We'll have a private conversation and I'll let you know exactly the right steps to take. Okay, brother?
All right.
Let's do that, man. Have a blessed one, man. I look forward to speaking with you.
All right, you too. All right.
All right, brother. All right, let's get okay, then we got dang, who's a hater, bro? Paul from Dallas, bro. You better be a hater.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, this
hey,
nigga
what's
not a
up,
hater. Man? What's up, bro? Talk to me.
I got like 2 questions. My first question is the situation of going backwards. I'm a little up in age. I'm in my late 30s, and the dating
that ain't up in age, brother.
I
You good?
know, yeah, you're right though. All right, yeah, you're right. But
that's the woman is up in age when they in their late 30s. You ain't even at your prime yet.
I've been half-assing too. I need to get gym like you keep telling everybody else.
You gotta get in the gym, man.
Is the dating scene is messed up. Yeah, older people are adapting.
Yo, Paul, you cutting in and out. I can't hear you.
Because like you see quad people that you dealt with, but you fucked it up. So is backwards going bad
Hey, Paul,
or
everything you said,
like I'm confused
Paul,
on that, trying to
can you
go
hear me?
back and make it work with
I don't think Paul can hear me. I'm gonna get him out. Hey, Paul, we couldn't hear you. Your audio and visuals was really bad. You were talking, but we couldn't hear anything you said, and I don't think you could hear me as well. So get that figured out, and I'll bring you back up. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Where you from, man?
Hey, I'm from South Carolina.
That's what's up. South Carolina. What part?
Beaufort, South Carolina. Like,
Okay,
30
okay.
minutes from Hilton Head.
Cool. Are you a supporter or you got a
I'm
point of
supportive.
contention?
No, I'm a
All right.
supporter. But
What's up, man? Talk to me.
I had a question.
Sure.
So one of the questions I had was, me and my wife was married for like 7 years now. We
Yeah.
meet in the military. As you can see, I'm Army recruiter in Houston, Texas. So I met her in Fort Hood, Texas,
Uh-huh.
like 7 years ago. But the thing about it, we've been brought up differently. So I think that's what play a big part of a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So from I was raised in Beaufort, South Carolina, but I'm from Haiti, Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I came in when I was 7 years old. You know what I mean? Raised by my stepmom and my daddy. So, but I watched them build a business from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also a business owner. I own because I drive trucks for the United States Army. So I own my own trucking company. But
Gotcha. So you
also,
get contracts for them. You do contracts
yes,
for them. Okay.
yes.
Good. Good for you, man.
Also I'm still in active duty, so I had somebody drive for me. But
Got it.
but I watched that growing up. I watched my mother basically hand in hand work with my daddy and build a $1 million company, but start
Mm-hmm.
from trucking a car, right? Which my wife, on the other hand, both parents' household. Dad was a real estate, but other things that happened in their marriage, as far as the dad um, commit me cheating on the mom, stuff like that, right? So I think that have a big part to play with how she proceed in being married to me, because I'm also getting blamed like left or right, also thinking that I'm doing something which the action is not. You get what I'm saying? And I'll keep explaining to her like, hey, listen,
You mean you're being accused of cheating?
basically, yes. And I'm
Okay,
like,
that ain't that bad.
I mean,
If you're not cheating, of course, and you're
yeah,
being
yeah, no,
accused of
no,
that,
that's what I'm saying.
obviously she's still looking at you as that nigga.
True, but the thing about it, to be fully committed in my mind is like,
Mm-hmm.
to as a man to have a safe space
She
to
don't
enter into.
understand. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. The different backgrounds, your family, your mom and your dad, they work together, right?
Yes,
Always working together. Her family was a little bit different. So she see that you're very ambitious and goal oriented. She like, God dang, you ain't
yes.
never around. It must be a Katie
No,
or a Brittany around.
no. True. I mean, I am around, but as far as like, I'm always thinking about in the entrepreneurial state, like, what can I do? Like my mom and my dad always told me, like, if you sitting still as a man, you sitting still, you're not making the next decision A, B, and C. That means you're not being a man, you're not being a leader, because you always gotta
Correct.
always on a go, right?
Correct.
So my mind is always on a go. So when sometimes I gotta step back, like, culture and certain things. And also, like, cause I was growing up, I know how to cook, so I do the majority of the cooking, things like that around the house and the
Mm-hmm.
kids, things like that. I do that, but at the end, there's like my batteries sometime run out, and I'm like, listen,
So you're saying that she's not adding value in the areas that she needs to be adding value. And then she's also not viewing you. She's thinking that you out there doing something.
that's
Do I
true.
got that correct?
That's true. And also, the main thing that kind of get me that we argued like a couple months ago, and that stuck with me. She was like, give her something to like. Cause I asked her like, "Yo, you supposed to respect me," and she said, "Give her something to respect." In my mind,
She's not viewing you. Okay, I see what's going
and my
on.
thing is that I understand we both in the military, but the thing about I pay 95% of the bills. I have you pay the daycare, and majority sometimes your car note, but everything else is me. and I made the most. I made more money than her, but at the same time, like I still treat you as my wife. I take care of you. I'm supposed to. That's my job. I told you that. I was like, hey, this is how I've been brought up. It's what I'm going to do. But at the end of the day, like I grew up on respect. If I don't have that respect for my wife and I'm busting my behind for it, it's like, why am I doing? Like, what am I doing all this for?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I got you, man. So, like the other guy, I would recommend that you sign up for the coaching. But your situation is a little bit different. I'll give you a few gems. But I do recommend that you click the link in the description. It'll say one-on-one coaching link in YouTube. If you click that link, it'll say one-on-one coaching. You just click there and you can sign up for coaching.
I will. Yeah, I saw
And in this situation, the woman is viewing you in a disdain way, meaning that she's not really respecting you as a man. So, and I could already tell because you working, making more, but you doing the cooking. I don't care if you love to cook, nigga. You shouldn't be cooking all the time. That's her role.
That's true.
I don't care if you love, I don't care if like, nigga, you won't cook. Like, think about it. She may want to work and be paying the bills, but it ain't your role, girl. Sit down. I got this. Ain't your role to be in that kitchen all the time and handling the kids and stuff like that all the time. She need to do her role. So in order for her to even do her role, first she has to know her role. In order for her to know her role, she got to admire you, to like look up to you. She got to respect you, respect the things that you're saying, so then you can give her that guidance. So the coaching that I'm going to give you is going to be about masculinity, right? It's going to be a few areas where I'll coach you on, and it really isn't going to be about, it's not saying that you're not masculine. It's not saying that, but it's about understanding woman's nature. So then you can make tactical approaches to the woman's nature. Sometimes, guys, we don't really know the psychology of women all the time. I could tell you she was already using certain tactics on you just by what you said, that we'll get into that when you sign up for the coaching, but there's ways you can overcome it. It's not the end of the relationship, and you're definitely on the right path still. Just a few subtle changes that you can change in your behavior, which would then alter how she views you. And then you'll get that respect. The part of getting a woman to submit to you, you don't negotiate with terrorists. You in the army. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We go in there, blickety blah, bow. We no negotiations. We go in there guns blazing. Men, we don't negotiate with women. We don't negotiate. What you do is you change your behavior, and then you'll get a different response from her.
You know, I thought that, because like because we're in the same company. Like, even with me, I'm the top of the company right now because, like I said, because I'm an army recruiter. Regardless how I've been brought up, like regardless what you do your best and you be the top. So anything I do, I always push myself to be the top, right? So it's not a fact that masculinity, like I'm here. The other people see it in the company because we're both in the same company. But like when I'm at home, I like, yeah, I know you work hard. Listen, I got this time. You got this time. But at the end of the day, I want that respect. Like, you know what? That's still my husband. I love him. And I know what he's doing. He doing extra, all that, and he come back. But it's like I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of when I do things. You get what I'm saying?
I got you. Yep. It's different ways that you can approach this situation in the conversations, but it's all gonna come from you have to change the way you move. I'll give you a quick gem. Here's a quick gem, real quick. But also click that link because you're gonna need it. But here's a gem for yourself and the audience. You know, when you get with a woman for the first 6 months, she's like head over heels for you. Like, it's like she got them googly eyes for you. She got them heart eye emojis for you. It don't matter what you say, what you do. She like, you that nigga to her. You feel me? Mm-hmm. You put it down. She screaming. She making noises. It's all that. And she want it all the time. She giving the guac. You ain't even got to ask. All of that going down. You know what I'm saying? That's that first 6 months, maybe a year. If you on your job, you doing it down. You putting the thing down right, and you holding yourself together right around her. But then after that, things start to change. And men, we are like, damn, well, the chick's switching up. The chick not switching up. You switched up. You stopped hanging out with your boys. When you first was talking to her, you was hanging out with the boys, and you kind of like, well, I'm chilling with the boys tonight. Can we link up on Thursday instead of Tuesday? And she like, oh, okay. Well, in her mind, it's like, oh, he's important. He got things to do. I ain't number one. You don't got to make the chick always feel like number one. That's the thing. They want to live in it's the nature of the woman. They don't want to always live in peace. They want to live in chaos a little bit. They want to live in mystery land. Why do you think that they always watch Hollywood Housewives and all of these serial killer movies?
That's true.
They want to live in this chaos, this mystery. Like, what's going on? Like, when you first was talking to her the first 6 months, you weren't predictable. Your behaviors weren't predictable, so the vagina was still wet. You feel me? You too predictable. So we're going to sign up for that coaching. I'm going to give you some tactics, and it's going to work, bro. You're going to see when you change up certain things, you're going to get a different response from her.
Okay.
All right, brother. But I appreciate you, man. Have a blessed one. I'll talk to you soon, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a blessed one. All right. Obstacles to opportunities, man. Let's get you up in here. Yo. Welcome to No Fugazee podcast, brother. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. How's everything?
Man, excellent. Man, retired, winning that life. I ain't got one complaint.
I feel you, man. What you got for me today, brother?
All right. So, number one, shout out to the guy. Hey, man, look, always fight for your kids because, I know how the court system is, but you are you.
Yeah.
So everybody ain't you. So every man that go in that courtroom, you don't know what they doing. Some dudes ain't got their files together. They like, oh man, that's one time she done did it. They arguing in the court. So if you're well put together and you can figure it out, do you. Don't worry about what the system is and all this other nonsense. You could actually do something in the court and say, wow, that's the first man that came in here with some common sense. So net, do that.
That
because
is
you know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? It's like that in real estate. People be like, oh man, this is going to happen. And it's like, nah, man, everybody not you. You dig?
Yeah.
So,
you go in there and find out. Of course.
You go in there, exactly. Because you hearing somebody else, man, my friend Jamie, he got jammed up because he done went in the court and they ain't favoring men. And it'll be like, bro, he was hungover when he went. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know the truth. So go in there and do it yourself. So anyways, going back to man, I had some bombs for you, man. And then y'all was talking about the relationships.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to have a conversation about that because I live overseas. I live in the world. And so most people don't understand why I live in like Asia, for instance.
Yeah.
The culture in itself respect men. I will never live in the West no more for the most part because you guys are not even like that. It's not even about the culture. It's about also men being like that.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, it's almost insane to be like dudes in America. And I'll say this. If you read, there was a Japanese visitor in the 1872s and he came to America and he was like, yo, men in America are bugging. He was like, the way they interact with women, they put them on pedestals. In his article, he would write that the men would bow to the women. They would open the doors for them. It was almost like they were butlers, basically what he was saying. I'm not going to read the whole passage, but he was just like, in Japan, it don't work like that. He's like, we have a whole different type of family structure. Women are seen different. I've been in Asia and I've seen a father go work in a different country. They have a shrine of the father that they pray to when he's away at work. He might be in another province, but they pray to the father.
That's
good health,
OD.
good blessing.
It makes sense. It makes sense, though.
Gone. He's the head of the family. You're not going to pray for your head of your family. You're just going to be like, oh, no, we just playing Nintendo and we just eating. Like, now they pray to the God. They pray to his actual father and make sure he stays safe over there in Africa or over there in, a different province that he works in.
Yeah.
And so net, I would just say that I think a lot of situations in America, men think, oh, man, these men of today are like this and that. And it's not about that. America's been like that for a long time. America's been in a position where men pedestalize women all the way back to the 1800s. So
man, it's crazy. The kid that I debated, I don't know if you've seen a debate, but I debated this kid named Antenna. And I had a debate with him. He came, it was like maybe 2 weeks ago. I did a live stream and I debated him, ripped him in a debate. He said that men are naturally insecure. It's in our nature to be insecure. What? So I flamed him on a debate. But anyways, I then go to look at his social media page and he actually pays women, right? Pays women to step on him. Crazy. He lets women step on him and he gets aroused or he gets a rise out of being stepped on. And people was in the comments like, yo, why are you asking him his age? I'm like, because I could already tell that he was young and he ain't get no chicks and he ain't understand men and he ain't understand female nature. And I want to do another live stream with him just because it's like, man, homie needs some help. But not only that, he liked to debate. So do another thing with him and debate him. But yeah, over here in the West, man, men, especially these Gen Zs, they're lacking in masculinity. They're very feminized mindset. Their body is feminine. Everything is feminine about them. And they pedestalize women to the third degree. The third degree, brother. And they do it in all type of different ways. Like even a guy I just spoke to, and other guy, if like, bro, your chick need to add value. I told the other guy, we don't care about the tangible things. We just don't care about it. So if a woman is adding value tangible to us, it's like, all right, cool, good, right? You pay some bills or you help out here with money. That's good. But what we prefer is bring me peace, be my cheerleader, cook food, rub my back. That's just what guys prefer.
I get it. I had a show about this. I was talking to men about this. Listen, it depends on what type of man you want to be. I'll say this at a forewarning, all right? But net, you guys got to start like hypergamy, because we always talk about that. People be talking about hypergamy, right? Like women are hypergamous.
Yeah.
Right? What I'm saying is, if you go anywhere else in the world, because I live in the world once again, right? People don't allow that. There's no way you're a part of a family of engineers in India as a male, right? And you're looking for a wife, not a girlfriend, not a thing that's sneaking link, but a wife is going to be of your same social class. They're going to be the same economic class. You don't date down. That's something men in the West do. So they'll be Bill Gates and marry a Burger King shorty. That's foul. You never do no nonsense like that.
Yeah, well, is it? I would say that in certain parts of the world, normally if it's like that, it has to be like that because the next meal ain't always guaranteed. The next job, the job depends on if it's a third world country, second world country. It's a little bit different, I would say. Because I've been outside of the U.S. many times. And I would say that I'm speaking from the nature part. I'm not speaking from the social constructs, right, that was put on us. But from a nature part in men naturally, we don't care, meaning that not care, let's say prioritize. We're not prioritizing the financial abundance that a woman has. That's not a prioritization that we look for. Now, if she has a good job, well, that's good. She must be a woman of good character, that she was smart enough to get this, and she must have came from a good family that they instilled some good traits into her, and she has things going on, tangible things in her life. That means that she hasn't really been damaged and been through a whole lot of trauma, because those girls that really ain't come from nothing, they'll do anything for a quick dollar, right? But the woman that came from a good family and that is having and can keep a good job, then that's kind of like, all right, you got some good character there. But I think that naturally in a man's nature, we're not prioritizing money to the same capacity that women prioritize money in a man. That's what I'm saying.
Now, I get that.
And I think all men, no matter what country you live in on this world, if you strip away the social constructs, right, then I think biologically that's how we operate. That's not a prioritization for us. But when you put in the social constructs, then that may be, well, I kind of want this, I kind of want that. What's your thoughts?
But the construct, no, because I wouldn't agree, because once you strip the cultural aspect to it, then it's survival. And no man is looking to acquire a liability and intangibles under the basis of biological survival.
Well, that's actually what I'm saying.
No, but watch. He's going to care what the woman has, or he's just going to discard her. She is that irrelevant, because net, he's attempting to survive. And so with survival, he's going to really look in his mate selection and ensure that the individual, and this is we're talking about marriage. I'm not talking about sneaking up, hooking up. That's different.
No, I think that's what I think we're speaking the same thing right now. I think we're just speaking past one another. I'm saying that if you strip away, like you just said, like think about a third world country where that's where gender roles are actually a thing, and women actually naturally know their role because they rely on the man because it's survival, right? So they rely on the man. It's survival when you strip away the social constructs, and it's a third world country because they truly rely on the man to go out there and provide for them. And what does a man rely on from the woman? Nurture the kids, take care of the kids, and provide me a comfortable life. And I think that it automatically aligns. The woman naturally knows her role because it's like, daddy's out there working. Let me go ahead and, take care of things and make sure when he comes, I'm going to massage him. I'm going to make sure he's good and healthy and feels good to go out there and work more. Also, so then he's getting what he wants, right? And she's getting what she wants because it's stripped to the lowest level. So when you peel back all the layers and it's looked at survival and it's a third world country and you take away the social constructs, gender roles is a natural occurrence. But when you yeah, I know. So I think we kind of talking past one another, but I think we're in alignment now. But then when you put in culture, right? Because like you were saying, like it's different cultures where it's like, nah, like, yo, you don't take no chick that she ain't come from a good family. She ain't got no job. You ain't gonna be, paying all of this. Like what? That don't make no sense. And guess what? That culture, you don't even have to do that. You wouldn't even be taking one of those chicks because not only that, it's a different type of social construct that was culturally acceptable within those parameters of, the society.
And then I would also say, but what we have a fairy tale of in the West specifically is you guys attempt to put women in this household role where they just stay at the house and things become intangible. And what I'm saying is greater men than you, Genghis Khan to Julius and Caesar, never married women and put those women in those type of roles.
No, they was working.
Sense. Yeah, exactly. Then they had to, right? Because of what the empire stood for.
You gotta also put in this, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Just and put this one part in. My bad to cut you off. Put in. Okay. Don't forget about that. America is so comfortable. We don't gotta worry about too much. Clean water, Uber Eats, all of this little stuff, right? So how it is now in America, most people are, the woman is working. Women out-earn men in most areas, right? Women are enrolled in college more than men, and black women as well. So currently in America, it's a little different. It's like the woman is working, she's getting the bag. The man is working too. But both parties are working. So what's happening is the woman, her hypergamous nature, along with social media, she still tends to look down at her man because she's working too. So men are like the men that's in the 50-50 relationships, they hurting right now because with Instagram, she see a more superior dude than her guy, but he's working an honest job as an electrician or a plumber. But she don't really want to submit to that dude. You get what I'm saying? And you're saying that it's not a gender role thing, but she doesn't even respect the dude. You feel me? Like this is why the guy called in like, yo, I'm working, I'm doing things. I'm making more money than my woman, but she don't even respect me. But the reason why she don't respect him is one, due to a multitude of things, but I'll land my plane there, but go ahead.
I never heard nobody in the space get at it in the same way you were giving them good advice. And I'm like, okay, now there's no Fugazee. He's on point because a lot of men, I mean, come on, the two guys in the car, come on, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
You can't even articulate yourself. So I know your woman is dominating you when it comes down to communication. Then number two, look at yourself. All right.
So the other dude, cold cuts was sinking out the pores of his neck. I'm like, God dang, man, hit the gym.
I'm just saying that's what it really is. Hit the gym, and don't only hit the gym, hit the gun range. Also, on top of hitting the gun range, hit a ring or two. Like, go throw hands, go do something. And I'm not talking about since you was in high school, you was the Golden Glove. I'm talking about now, here and now.
Yeah. Let's see what your hand's like now.
Dudes can come up here and say, I make this. But one of the things I always tell guys is like, bro, and I told this guy, he got women, he was doing his thing. I was like, listen, man, it was something like selecting the food on where to eat. And he was like, I mean, you could choose. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, you got it. And I'm like, nah, bro, you got to be on point in all areas of human activity. Women will see that. See, we see you in front. We see Elon Musk, right? So we bow down and we be like, yo, Elon Musk, he do rockets. But his girl know him way more than we do. He cry at home on her shoulders because he's still insecure about his daddy. And she looking at him like, and so when everybody else,
she don't respect that nigga.
It's like, Elon. She like, yo, this
she like,
dude is
out. That nigga soft.
He's soft with an extra T.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like that feeds into the other point because I agree with what you're saying. I haven't. What part of the country you said you in? What country you in again?
No, I'm in Thailand now.
You in Thailand? Okay.
Yes,
so it's like I've never been there, so you know more of that culture than what I know of that culture. I'm just saying that there's a multitude of different. Well, really, the one reason is the indoctrination of the culture. Whatever the culture, not indoctrination, but whatever the culture, whatever the social construct is on the culture that's having the man and the woman behave where both parties are working. The man is looking for the woman to work, but also the woman still respects that man. So it must be a way that the man is carrying himself to still garner that respect from the woman. So yeah, it's like, I tell guys all the time, like you could still you could get a chick that's out earning you and you could still have that chick submit to you, but bro, you're gonna have to be. It's gonna be hard, but you're gonna have to be a very masculine man, and your approaches is gonna have to be very tactical, right? So, it's still possible, but it isn't probable.
But I appreciate that you have tactics, and most men don't know that they need these tactics and strategies. It's not just you fall in love with a girl, she's the one, you wife her, and end the story. And I had also titled, dudes be saying this, you remember this, when you get married, dudes say what? I'm getting out of the what? I'm getting out the game, right?
I'm getting out the game. I'm getting out the game, bruh.
And it'll put their jersey on the wall. I remember Martin.
It's wrong. Look,
on the wall.
The game, when you getting married, the game just started.
It just started. It's the biggest game. Before you was skirmish, before you was preseason. Now, this is the real season. This matters. This counts. And so the whole mindset we have is effed up. I had a dude call up and he was like, dang, I did get kind of fat, but that's because, I was, working out to get girls, but I got my wife now. And I'm like, bro, that's the worst mentality. The game just started. And it's the biggest game you'll play in your life. But let me shift real quick to something I wanted to ask you besides that before that took off. All right. So blood is thicker than water. What was your perspective on what that means? Because I know a lot of people in the culture say that a lot. And, there's some passage from the Bible. So I wanted to know your perspective before I actually.
Blood is thicker than water.
You know how people say that, right? Blood is thicker than water.
So it all depends on the context that is being used, right? The people that you were born and raised with, the people that you've built up, your hood or your, you have camaraderie with, family, and you share things and all of that. Meaning that blood is thicker than water. That, listen, when these outsiders come around here, nah. We don't. What we got is thicker than them. We've been through the trenches together. So that's how I look at it when it comes to blood thicker than water. But also when it comes to, that's how it's being said, but that isn't always the case, right? Because you could have family members where it's just like, man, you ain't really built up a strong relationship with them, or they stabbed you in the back a few times. And then you could have, it also is a passage in the Bible where I can't remember it, but it goes a little something like Jesus said, I can't remember how it was said, but I'll just kind of summarize it. He pretty much said, when you're out there accomplishing goals, you're not really going to receive that grace and that uplifting. You're not really going to receive, the people that's closest to you aren't really going to uplift you. And don't even look at them to uplift you. You're going to get that from other people, but as long as you stay on your purpose, when you accomplish the goals, your family will come. Meaning saying, like, you see the person, rappers, right? They rapping and they getting no love from their city. They city hate them. In order for them to pop off, they got to get a whole lot of fans from outside their city. And then they pop off. And then when they pop off, they city riding for them. You know what I'm saying? So that means, like, don't feel discouraged because you're not getting no love from the people that's closest to you, because they don't understand. And they can't understand because they still looking at you at that little boy that they knew. They don't understand your purpose in this higher journey that I have for you. So you got to go out there and accomplish these things rather than looking back for the people to uplift you, where that ain't going to happen, bro. You're going to be uplifted by other people while you on your purpose. But when you reach that goal, then the people's they're going to see it like, wow, David, you made it. Wow, I knew you could. Like, they're going to look at you. They're going to look at you different. They're going to look at you as that person regardless. So that's when it goes to, like, it ain't always blood is thicker than water, because sometimes your blood ain't even there for you. Your blood ain't even rooting for you. They looking at your downfall because they still looking at you as that 12-year-old little boy.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, everybody else in Texas, Arizona, California, they seeing you, they're like, oh, nah, that's that dude. I can even speak about, I think every person that went into a different tax bracket that accomplished bigger goals in life and that is in the highlight, like I am on social media, that's an influencer that growing a fan base, people in your little town, they look at you like, man, I went to high school with that dude, whatever. They still look at you as that kid in high school, right? But they don't know, like, ain't that kid in high school. Like, he's a different person now. And when you actually on that hill, that's when they'll look at you like, oh, that nigga is that person.
No, they're going to do that Espo on No Fugazee. Yeah, I knew him. He was a snot nose. He didn't get no shorties. They're going to try
I always got shorties. So, I mean, I was always bagging them. But go ahead. I'm just
no. He said I was always begging. So what I would say is definitely, I remember I was talking to somebody about this, and he was like, and he basically said, hey, a lot of people misinterpret a lot of things in the Bible. Nothing new there. But he was like, hey, look, it's the covenant of the blood is thicker than water of the womb. And the moment he said that to me, that really solidified even everything that you were just saying right now. And I think it's a nugget that most people don't have. The blood of the covenant, it's that mindset. It's that covenant, that cloth. Even if you're walking in the steps of the Lord, right? It's that cloth. People in there is stronger, that covenant, than the water of the womb. So meaning your own family members, and it's going to deep. You know, outsiders are one thing, which is, of course, they could be enemies, right?
Yeah.
But you need to be alert of the ones that are closest to you, not about the Illuminati or the New World Order that possibly could be there, but the folks that are close to you, because most people don't see those as potential enemies, even if they are threats. And they are threats. Yeah. And even if they do, what do we have? We have a habit of allowing that continue because that's Big Dukes. That's our brother. That's our mama. That's Auntie Boosie. You know how she is. She yell at everybody. And it's like,
Nah. You gotta get.
She's not of the covenant. So
you
gotta remove. And do what we need.
You gotta remove those people away from you. And it's, I mean, Martin Luther King said it. Instead of judging people by the color of their skin, we judge them by the context of their character. And with this entire like black culture thing, and you know, people like, you know, it's a whole lot of this race stuff going on. I don't identify currently now on my path. I don't identify people by them. Those are my people by the color of their skin. I mean, yeah, I know these niggas from the hood. I can relate, but nah, I identify people by the context of their character and their morals and their ethics. Like those, I could rock with you. I want you, my neighbor. I want you to be my neighbor in the city the town that I'm living in, because you represent my same morals, right? even though you from the same hood, you got different morals than I am. Nah, I got to keep you at a distance. That ain't good. I don't want my daughters and my son being raised by a nigga like that. You know what I mean? We don't share the same moral and ethics. So it goes even deeper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it. And pause. But also too.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. Yo, so wait, hold on. Allegations? Nah. But the richest. All right. So I wanted to say this though. What is your mindset around the riches, like when it comes to money? Because when you get to the space, a lot of religious people, y'all be getting all, high and mighty. Y'all too good for money. Y'all too good to make it. And so my perspective on that is, the righteous and riches, it doesn't mean just because, almost like we were just talking about the character of people. And it's like we're told so much growing up that those rich folks are greedy, evil. You must have did something bad in order to get riches. And, the list goes on. And so I don't agree with that. It depends. Everybody is different. And so I have to see that covenant. I have to see that content of that person's character. And most people just step away from money because they think it's of the demon, of the, whoever.
They're envious. They're envious. I could tell you when I started making more money, I looked at the world differently. I used to litter a lot. I had this mindset. I was making $15 an hour, everything that was in my car. And I used to make it like, that's why you can't be always subordinate to reason, because you could reason yourself to have any illogical even mindset or to try to even make it logical. But I used to litter a lot, and my reasoning used to be like, you know what? The Mexicans need jobs, so I'm helping out the economy by throwing this out my window. That was my reasoning for it. I was making $15, $14 an hour. I was like 22 years old. I was broke. And I littered. I seen no future. That's the reason why I littered. When I started making more money, I seen a future and I cared about my community more. I don't want to litter. I live here. Matter of fact, I got a good future now. I can get a bigger house in this city. Stop. Now I used to look at other people littering. Man, stop littering. And I'd be like, dang, they probably used to think what I used to think. Forget about the Mexicans, man. Stop. So what I'm saying is, when you make more money, it's a natural reaction, a human reaction to care more about your community. You'll even start to vote. You even start to get involved in the committees and stuff like that, because you see a future. If you see a future in yourself and your kids, then like a brighter future for yourself and your kids, then obviously you're going to care more about where you're currently at. And I think that when you're living in poverty, you don't care and you're always looking for excuses and you have a victim mindset and you tend to blame other people for your mistakes and your inadequacies. So I think that when people say, or they have that outlook on people that are making money, and it's not all the time. Of course, there are snotty-nosed rich people, you know what I mean, that look down on these peasants. Like there are those people, I'm sure. Yeah. But most, and like as I've made more money, most people I meet that make money, bro, they nice. They care about the future. Like they care about other people. They tend to be more conservative as well. Like naturally you want to conserve what you've built because you've built it. And now you have a future and you have a legacy that you're passing down. So you want to conserve things. So you automatically, your views and stuff start to change as you progress in life. As long as you don't go down a degenerate path, because of course there are rich liberals as well too, but they're just down a degenerate path. But yo, good talk, obstacles. I've been chatting here for like 3 hours, man. So I'm gonna wrap up stream.
Nah, let's take it to 4. Let's take it
to 4. But yeah, I could do a whole stream with you for real, man. We always chop it up. Yeah. But
I'm gonna hit you one time with a real one that's gonna be a real conversation. It's gonna go in the Bible and everything. So
we could do that. I see Mojo Dojo. Put in a private chat. Are you a hater or a supporter? If you're a hater, I'll bring you up if you want to have a debate. I don't know. He just came in. And Chase.
Put that on, because the last hater who was smoking, I thought that was going to be good.
Yeah, there wasn't no hater.
To get spicy.
Mojo Dojo, are you a hater or a supporter? Also, Chase, are you a hater? I support, bro. Okay, so Mojo Dojo, come in on the next stream. We're going to do this next week on Wednesday, brother. I see you in here, though. Same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We gonna rock out to around like 10 or 11. Okay, brother. But other than that, obstacles, have a blessed one, man, and I'll talk to you soon.
Peace. Peace, my brother.
All right, family. Yo, this was a cool stream. No debates, so I guess I got to change the title of the thumbnail and also the title of the video, but I'll go ahead and do that. But other than that, man, it was a cool stream. Thank you, everyone that called in and had questions. Thank you for the people that spoke about their personal situations and was vulnerable. I hope you go ahead and sign up for the one-on-one coaching, because I would love to speak with you in private and, help you overcome your situation. Other than that, man, this podcast was no Fugazee. And hold up. Let me get my exit. There we go. Let's bring that up there. Did it pop? Okay, other than that, quick update, actually, guys. Podcast on Friday. We do got about 6 lovely ladies coming on. Last episode was lit. So tune in this Friday. We trying to have the chat go crazy. So tune in this Friday. We're going to go live around 8:30, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with 6 girls. So tune in. Other than that, man, we out. Peace.